Alright, we're streaming again. Hey everyone, welcome back to First Play, the show where we struggle with the rules and you get to poke fun of us at home for not being able to read English. I'm John.
Spanish in this case.
Well, in this case it'll be Spanish, yes. I'm John. Ivan. Shelby.
Josh.
Mike. And today we are going to play Narcos by Cool Mini or Not. Which is it cooperative, like we're working together trying to hunt down the Patron?
So, yes.
Or is it
we're working together trying to hunt me down?
Cooperative, competitive?
Yeah, I think it's
Shelby's playing the hidden, sneaky drug cartel, the kingpin. Yes, and we're trying to hunt them down. So I'm playing the police.
Okay.
You got the gorilla Los Pepes guys?
I think they're gorillas just from the look, but we'll find out when we look at these.
And Mike here represents the good old US of A with the Drug Enforcement Agency.
Okay. So it says the main war represents the map of Colombia, where hunters will move their figures and the Patron player will place their Sicarios, again, forgive me, to perform actions. The map is divided into 3 regions. Caribe, C, they are light colored and green. Region Andina, A, colored brown. And Region Orinoquia,
there's a big border.
Colored dark green.
There's a big border, black border.
Okay.
Yeah, I see him.
Cool.
I see that. Even for
like
a blind
if you
guy
were
like
play.
me, I can see that.
Okay, so up in the corner we have the glorification track. The track ranges from 0 to 20, 20th level showing Patron as El Presidente, indicating how popular Patron is in the eyes of the Colombian population. Okay. The lab income track is down here. It indicates the Patron Empire's drug production capacity on the map and how much income he will receive from his production. And then there's an end of the season slot, which I'm not seeing. Oh, it's It's these.
Oh, okay.
End of the season slots. When played, some Sicario cards effects are only triggered if the Sicario survives until the end of the season, and those cards will be placed here. Okay. On the map, you can find 2 different location types, a city and a farm. So the white borders are cities, green borders are farms. If there is a yellow ring around it with an airplane, it's an airport. Okay. They will help the hunters during their movement and allow Patron player to smuggle drugs out of the country. Okay. The Patron player gets a hiding map, which there's a small stack of them that come in the board game box, just to show you.
Decent size stack, actually.
Yeah. We thought that each player would need one, and so at first I was like, oh, it's tiny, but then I was like, no. It's just the Patron player gets it. Yeah.
I don't know if the color's important. That can get expensive. But they might sell replacement pads.
Yeah, we didn't know if you'd have trouble with
I don't actually, not with those, actually. Yeah.
Okay. Alright, okay, this is all telling me how I use the Sicario cards. You guys don't even know that.
She's keeping stuff hidden from us
already. That was Shelby speaking. This is not important.
This is unimportant. Okay, so on my board here, the glory value of the Sicarios show how much they increase the Patron's glorification track if they are still active on the map board at the end of the season.
Trying to show the camera.
Okay. Right.
Sicarios must be little
range
tenants or something.
Yeah, the Sicarios are like
lieutenants.
Yep.
Yeah. They're my guys. Okay. And I was not instructed, I'm going to say, during setup to put their names on the sheet, so I don't remember who these guys are. I remember who that guy is. So
you watch the show? Because I don't watch the show.
No.
Okay.
I'm not sure if this is an IP-based one, because I didn't see
it is. It's based on
the Netflix show?
Yeah, it's based on Netflix.
So I didn't see any branding on the box.
Yeah, it does not say anything.
Doesn't say anything about Netflix.
Okay. On the Kumi or Not website, it does state.
Okay.
Cool. So anyway, alright, range value. The range value of Sicario figure is the maximum number of map locations away from the Patron. The player is allowed to set them up when placing them on the map board.
Oh, so these guys will give us a clue.
Okay, yeah, the board kind of will give you a clue because this guy made 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 3, and 4.
That's the maximum away.
Away from where I am, yeah. Okay. Regular Sicario slots. These 5 colored slots match the color counter bases. Okay. The Leon and Laquita spots. These guys are special. Defense token spot. Where is that? Oh, these. Okay. All Sicario slots, regular special, have a space to place a face down defense token with their defense value. Okay. Slots are for placing the tag token, which I was not instructed to place. So, okay. This is an abbreviated outline of the game turn and Narcos plays. Oh, cool. I have the. You guys don't have a reference, but I do.
Okay, you can dictate it to us.
Right. Objective card slots, okay, and then the Plato o Plomo cards. These special cards are used by Patron's executioner, Laquita, this guy, to give a player an ultimatum that bears two options. The result of either causes significant problems for the targeted faction. Okay, so these cards are bad. You guys don't want them. Okay, objective cards. In the pursuit of victory, Patron players will have a variety of objectives to choose from, represented by objective cards. Each one of them is related to a different aspect of the game, and the Patron player can work towards them during their turns throughout the seasons. Okay. Each objective card has instructions on what the player must do when the objective is revealed or when it remains an active goal for the Patron player. It includes instructions for the use of special tokens, benefits, and locations. Each objective card will detail what the Patron player will need to accomplish in order to complete the objective, and there's obviously a reward. Don't know how you guys get those yet. Alright, the action dashboard action cards. Factions collectively use this dashboard to keep track of the various actions that their hunters are capable of during a season of Narcos. Type of action. Hunters can choose to do a variety of things during their faction's turn. These actions are the tools the factions have to try and sleuth out where Patron is hiding and bring him to justice. Action card slots. Every type of action on the dashboard has a number of action card slots beneath it, showing how many times the action can be taken. Okay, so it looks like attack can be only taken 3 times, capture twice, destroy labs twice, blockades twice, investigations 3 times. Once per region or something like that. Okay, action card cost. Each action card slot shows in its center either a number that must match the action card being played to activate it, or an X indicating that any action card can be used to activate it. Okay, then there's 3 available action cards. Each faction turn has a hand of 3 available cards dealt out from the hunter for the hunter's use. The unused action cards are shuffled and placed onto the action card deck space. Okay. Each of the factions is represented by 2 or more unique cards. Each faction has 2 hunter cards that match up to their faction's hunter figures. Los Pepes and the Cali Cartel have poker-sized faction cards that summarize any special ability the faction has. The DEA and Policía Nacional de Colombia abilities are represented by mini-cards. These mini-cards are used during the gameplay in specific ways, unique to the faction they belong to, and are discarded after use. More details on page 22. Okay.
Way up there.
Yes. Alright, so I did most of this.
So, just so you know, guys, that if you can't read it from here, there's a formula in small type where, like it says attack, the strength is equal to the total of the numbers that are in the Xbox.
So that's when
you're talking about extra move equals X, quantity equals X, and quantity equals X. That's why any numbers can go in there, because you then apparently have a total that is computed. So that's why they're X.
And then is this combined of all of us and it happens at a time, or is it each of our turns? Well, I guess
don't know yet.
Out.
We have no clue.
Okay, so we've gotten through the faction setup. We've gotten through my setup. Okay, now it says, once players have selected their factions, they should choose the starting location for each of their hunters. Hunter figures must be placed on locations that are adjacent to a city location that has an airport.
Okay.
I think you can place them separately. It doesn't really
We still don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, no. I know. I don't really like how the rule book is
I mean, we can place them out there, but we have no clue on where we need to place them.
And it doesn't help us with the strategy yet. I just picked
Just
one
place
farm
them,
and
then
one
if
city.
we really decide that we need to replace them before we start.
Yeah.
They need to be on a. They can
Okay.
be on any location as long as they're adjacent to an airport.
Correct.
So
Oh wait,
one
that's
in a
the
city and one in a
same
farm.
territory, isn't it? Okay, so let's try this.
Okay. The faction players can only win the game by finding Patron, so the player controlling Patron must try to hide effectively, starting with the initial hideout. Take the hiding sheet and a pen or pencil. Can I do one of those? Alright. Patron's location on the map is not represented by any figure or token. Instead, whenever he is hiding at any given time, the Patron player must take note of it on their hiding sheet. Starting with the first hiding location written down after the faction players have placed all of their hunter figures. Patron can select any location to hide, even if it is occupied by a hunter. This location must be kept secret and will be revealed only when the game rules require Patron to do so. Since Patron is hidden, his figure doesn't actually occupy any location on the map, but from that secret selected location, Patron will coordinate his Sicarios and their actions on the map. Now the players are ready to begin the game.
So where are you
Winning
going
and
to put
losing.
that? Because I can see if you put it on the table.
yeah, it's see-through.
I just kind of see through. Well, this was a photocopy we made. Can I see? One of the other loose ones is the original. I just want to see if there are any. No,
Oh, yeah,
not any,
still
not
see
any,
through.
Not any better. I think what we can do. Why don't you? No, that's not gonna work. I have an idea. Give me just a second. I'll be right back. You guys keep reading those.
Winning and losing. In order to win the game of Narcos, you must fulfill specific conditions depending on which side of the war you are on. The Patron player achieves victory if they complete either two of the following goals. Complete either of the two following goals.
Well, this one,
I managed to successfully complete all three of my objective cards, or my glorification level rises to 20. Okay? You guys can only win if you manage to capture me twice. Narcos is played over a series of seasons until one side is victorious.
so you need a clipboard to put that up,
Yeah.
or a
Or
folder.
something.
He's grabbing something.
Alright, now we actually get into gameplay. So, alright, each season is divided into 4 phases. New objectives, assigned Sicario defenses, activations, which there are 8 activation turns in total, and end of the season. So the first thing is new objectives. Patron players must reveal corresponding season objective cards. Players will receive any bonuses and complete any set of actions listed on the revealed cards.
So this first season, you'd reveal this objective, and then we follow the context.
Okay, I see. Okay. The Patron player must take all 7 Sicario defense tokens, some of which might be replaced by special defense tokens gained from the revealed objective cards, and assign each of them with their values or objective information face down to each of the 7 Sicarios on the Patron dashboard as desired.
You already have that, right?
No, these are the defense tokens. They
Oh, okay.
look like little bulletproof vests.
It's like there's more than 7 of them.
Yeah, because I guess I can gain some and lose some as the game goes on. So, but I only need 7 for the board because I have 7.
Is it supposed to be random?
I believe so. Yes.
Find everything you're looking for? Perfect.
Not that we know what the symbols mean anyway yet.
The Patron player has revealed the first objective. No special defense tokens are needed.
DVD
At
and
this
screen.
point, they take
Well, no, they got like money symbols and stuff on the opposite of
initial
that.
7 defense tokens and distribute them face down according to their plan for the
Oh.
season. Oh, okay, so I can place. Oh, yay!
You can literally build a fort.
Ha! Thank you.
Move
Guys
this a little
kind of
bit.
need to
Hey,
see.
No, you
careful
can't.
with the camera, guys.
Oh, yeah, we need to.
You just
I
took
think
the
we
board
need to-
out of the camera.
Yeah, we need to see some of her stuff
Some of
too.
my stuff. We can
Maybe
do
just use it as a
Okay, when you're ready to put your location down or something, the rule book's out of the way because right now that seems to be the problem.
She's supposed to pick her location now after we pick our location. Here, let me see this. If you
Just
just
fold it in and then just
Yeah.
which way does it fold? Just fold it in so it's 2, and then just
Yeah.
put it in
Yeah,
there.
yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Okay.
So yeah, we pick our spots here, and then she picks where she's hiding.
Sure. It's all irrelevant because we don't know what the heck is going on.
Yeah. So we just read
And
the
then it'll change when the
objectives.
objectives come up
We got to find her twice.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
to capture me twice. That's how you win.
before she
I win by either
gets to
finishing all 3 of
there.
my objectives or
or-
making myself president.
Yeah, or completes every season.
Okay.
Shelby is secretly deployed.
Okay. I'm out. Alright. So, I guess I'm supposed to reveal the objective first. So, the objective this time says when revealed, place 2 lab tokens in any farm location, which I think those are lab tokens, but just to be sure.
You're not going to do your best Colombian accent and give us the
Because
title.
we can blow up labs.
No, thank you.
I don't
You
know
can
what-
place them in any farm locations,
Any farm location.
Yeah, so this is.
but you need to get to them apparently.
Yeah. Well, but I can place more, I guess, because it goes on to say, once per Patron turn, when placing lab tokens, Patron may place one of them on this card instead. If this card has 4 lab tokens, complete this objective at the end of the season and gain $3.
Okay.
So I guess I place them every turn. Or
I guess you
something?
normally get to place
So-
your labs,
Yeah, but this says when revealed, place.
and this one gives you extra ones.
So
So you have 3 objectives, right?
yes, and if I complete all
And
3,
those are random?
They
Is
were
that-
randomly
Yes.
drew.
Yeah,
from
So
the
one of them
deck
is
the
building
set.
labs.
Yeah. So if I complete all 3, I win.
Sure.
So I'm gonna.
Worth it.
So we only need to stop her from one of these and this before we capture her twice.
Now they're kind of spread out over the board. So
That was the
I'm
idea.
gonna put this.
There's no place to hide.
I'm gonna put this at what is that? 1 D1.
Colombia is not that big.
D1? No.
Over one.
Yeah, right. For
This
the-
one?
0-1?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's 01.
01. I can't really tell.
Yeah, it's an
It's
O1.
it's an O for this.
O and
and
C.
C. Yeah.
Right.
Got it
Region
now.
abbreviations.
I can't do that one. I could do most of these. I can't do that word.
I can't do that one
Or-
either.
Nokia.
Yeah, something like that.
Orinoco.
Let's
Qua?
go C4.
Orinoquia. Quia? Quia?
Okay. Then I'm supposed to assign defenses. This Patron player must take all 7 defense tokens, some of which might be replaced by special defense tokens gained from the revealed objective cards. Oh, so maybe 2
So
of
these
these
aren't
have
random
special.
then.
Okay. These look like the special ones. Okay.
So you don't put those in there?
Not unless I reveal an objective card that has them. Okay.
I feel like that should have
So
been in the
then-
setup section.
Again, this rule book, I don't like it. Okay, I'm supposed to assign them with their values face down for each of the 7 Sicarios in the Patron dashboard as desired.
So you
So
can
you put
see
them
their
on,
I'm
values.
supposed to look at
So you put them on.
So if she wants to
place,
defend certain patrons better than others, or Sicarios better than others.
Just put a face down.
More effective bulletproof vest, because, gee, all of us are armed with guns, aren't we?
I got an
You've
assault
got,
rifle.
He's
you've
got a
got an
club.
assault
I got a
rifle.
bat over there.
The local,
Incidentally,
the local polizia.
that's actually my first Italian name in Spanish.
Carrillo?
Horatio.
Oh, yeah, Orazio.
Yeah.
Oh, in
Okay.
Spanish, I see. Yeah, from
Okay.
Orazio to Horacio.
Yes.
Okay.
Which technically,
So
if you
now
translate
you've poured
Horatio,
out
would
your
be the
game.
closest
You've
thing
poured
would
out
be.
your name then.
The closest thing would be Horace, which is why I don't go by Horace.
Horace.
Okay, so next is activations. The activation phase is played over 8 turns, where the Patron and the factions alternate their activations. The order in which these turns take place is as follows. Patron, first faction, Patron, second faction, Patron, third faction, Patron.
Okay, so you're gonna get a turn between all of our turns.
She's gonna be busy.
Yeah. Each Patron or faction turn works as described next. Patron activation. During the Patron's turn, you do the following steps in order. Move 1 Sicario. I may move 1 Sicario. I must play 1 Sicario card and draw back up to 5 Sicario cards. So this was my start.
Are these are the Sicario cards?
Yes. Which we didn't show the setup for that, but when I pulled my Sicarios randomly from a deck, these were the leftover ones that were supposed to
so
be
there's
back in
more
the box.
Sicarios than what we're playing.
Yeah. So,
More figures in here.
There's more Sicario types.
yeah. Which is why the names are important, because, 3 of the guys are not in my
No, I see now.
stuff. So,
That
anyway.
makes sense.
Which there's 2 cards per Sicario in the deck, and then there's other
So
cards.
you build a
that-
deck based on what Sicarios
Yeah.
you draw.
That was all part of
Makes
setup.
sense.
It's been done. Okay, so I may choose to spend $1, which I start with 10. That was in the setup. To move a single Sicario figure up to 3 spaces on the map. If a Patron player does not have any Sicarios on the board or simply does not wish to move them, they can skip this phase. There are a few restrictions to remember when moving a Sicario figure. Sicario figures cannot enter the map location occupied by a hunter figure. Sicario figures cannot enter a city location containing a blockade token. Sicarios cannot use airports to move, and Sicarios can move through other Sicario figures, but they cannot end their movement in a space containing another Sicario figure. Okay, moving and cocoa cubes. Cocaine.
Oh, that's thinking.
When any Sicario starts, passes through, or finishes their movement on a farm location with a lab token containing a cocaine cube,
I'm gonna be busy.
the figure collects the cube and moves with it. If a Sicario carrying a cube survives to the end of the season on a city location containing an airport, they ship the drug, generating $4 for the Patron player. For more information, see page 20. Okay.
Nice place to put that lab. Somebody needs to blow it up.
Then I play a Sicario card. During this phase of my turn, the Patron player must place a Sicario figure from their Patron dashboard onto the map board. Once placed, Sicarios perform a specific kind of action. To play a Sicario, I will play 1 card from my hand. Okay. Since this is technically I get the first turn anyway, I will play
You have to do them in turn order. So you're what are you skipping because you don't have anybody on the table?
movement.
That's the only action you're missing.
Yeah, I'm skipping it because I don't have anybody on the table.
And this is the must action?
Yeah,
not
now
the
I
main.
must play 1 card.
Yeah,
And put
he
him
doesn't
on
have to
the board.
put
Yeah.
a Sicario.
You play a card, and that Sicario shows up on the table.
Yeah.
And they have to show up within the radius of the
Yeah.
Sicario.
So what is it?
So-
2.
She may move a Sicario. She must play a Sicario, and then she draws back up.
Yeah,
to
they
the
have to
first
show up
turn.
within.
But the placement rules.
Yeah, placement
This first
rules,
number
range
here.
value. When placing a Sicario on the board, Patron player might give out small clues about their hideout. Every Sicario figure has a range value. When placing a Sicario figure on the map board, they must always be placed within the number of map locations equal to or less than the range value
Okay.
from the Patron's current hideout.
So the highest one up there is 5, right?
So which one is the range value?
This
The
little
where they
waves.
have the waves, yeah.
The left hand
Yeah, the
number.
left-hand number.
Okay.
So, for example,
And in some cases, the only number.
Yeah, I see that. I just don't know what the other numbers mean.
It's unfortunately we couldn't get this on camera.
alright, I'm gonna play Limon, which is this guy. So I play the card showing the specific Sicario and put the figure on the board to perform their corresponding action and benefit from the card effect. Okay.
And it has to be
want?
within
And
4 spaces
that's
of your
within
hidden
4
location.
Spaces. Yep. So we're gonna go
And you can get,
A1 with him. So
well,
Four is
I thought-
pretty. Four is
because
pretty far.
we're a little thin on
Yeah,
personnel up here,
four's
so
a
she's
little
up here
far.
somewhere.
okay,
She should
then
just be down here and
Could be, yeah. All the way up the top, all the way down to there. But
Plus this ability, she's going to move here.
so what ability does that activate for that one?
If CMoN survives to the end of the season, I get to move without paying during the end of the season phase, which we haven't gotten to.
So,
Okay, so that's
not a free move now.
Nothing going on right now.
I want to point out that there are also cards that have that don't have these specific guys on them, and you use them to play on a figure you have on a board already.
They can be played on any.
Okay.
Yeah, it has a black silhouette
Sicario.
on it. It can
Surprises,
play on
oh boy.
Figure on the board, yeah.
Any figure or any Sicario?
A Sicario figure on the board to perform a regular action with it and benefit from the card effect. Discard any card.
Gun him down.
Okay, see,
Attack
there's a third
Sicario.
thing I can do. So, Leon and my two special dudes, I can either play their card for my hand or discard any Sicario card to play them onto the board. Just pointing that out. You choose to discard or do a card. Okay. When placing a Sicario figure onto the map board, there are specific rules that must be followed. Sicario figures cannot be placed on map locations occupied by other figures of any kind. Sicario figures cannot be placed on city locations containing a blockade token. Okay, regular Sicario actions upon placement. When playing any regular Sicario, Patron player may perform 2 actions on the location the figure has been placed on, or any adjacent locations. Actions are specific and related to the location type. Okay. Place 1 controlled token on a city location. Remove a blockade token.
So this is a city.
Yeah, it's a city.
Yeah.
All these
So
bricks.
this is
What is that?
So this is the
Control
token, and this is a blockade token.
Ah,
She can either place one of these or remove one of these, or she can place a lab.
Or I can place a lab.
Or a farm location,
and
though.
a cocaine cube.
A lab and cocaine.
Yeah, place one.
She
a
gets
lab
2
token and a cocaine
you get
on
2
the
actions,
farm
right?
location.
Yeah, so she can do these
Adjacent.
she can do these on city locations, and she can do lab tokens on farm locations.
Yes.
Right. But she gets 2 actions.
Yes. So I'm gonna place the lab with the cocaine
Can
cube
she do that
on
in a city?
2.
No, labs have
This
to
one
be
goes
in
to a
farms.
farm.
It says
So it doesn't have to be a. Oh, yeah.
when
No,
playing
she
a
put it
regular
in.
Sicario, Patron player may perform 2 actions on the location you place it on or an adjacent
Oh,
location.
Okay.
Actions are specific and related to the location type, city, or farm. I can then place a controlled city token. Where I place it, yeah. Okay. Lab tokens will always come into play with
A1's going down.
with a cocaine cube, and they can only be placed on farm locations. Well, why wasn't that an instruction before?
It was.
Okay, so this was 1 action then.
Yes.
So you have a second action,
Which was
controlled
which is
weapon.
this.
Yes. No, I meant when my revealed.
So do these get cocaine tokens?
That's what she was
that's what I'm
figuring
just
out.
saying, yeah. Because it says when revealed, place 2 lab tokens, and then it says lab tokens will always come into play with a cocaine cube. Why doesn't this say with cocaine cube
On the card?
On the card. Just saying. Okay. Blockade and control tokens can only be placed on city locations. We know that. Figures present on a location do not affect placing or removing tokens on the map. Locations cannot contain more than 1 control, blockade, or lab token. Lab and control tokens are limited. If the pool runs out, player may decide to remove it from the existing location or to place a new one. Okay. Leon special action and placement. So this guy is my favorite smuggler. As soon as Leon's figure is placed on the map board, I may immediately move him up to 4 map locations for free. Wow. Like any other Sicario, whenever Leon starts, passes through, or finishes his movement on a map location containing a cocaine cube, he collects the cube and moves with it normally. If Leon finishes his movement on a city location containing an airport while carrying the cocaine cube, he will ship the drugs immediately. Discard the cocaine cube and I get $4. The benefit can take place whenever Leon is moved for any reason. Leon, just like any other Sicario, can still only carry 1 cocaine cube at a time. This guy. He is my favorite executioner. He is placed on the map respecting all of these placement restrictions. However, he should be placed adjacent to at least one hunter figure so he can immediately intimidate him with a dangerous Plato y Plomo proposal. The Patron player must look at all the cards from their Plato y Plomo deck on the dashboard, choose one card, and offer it to the faction player controlling a hunter figure adjacent to his location. Target player must then choose one option to suffer the effects from money or bullet. Oh, that's what it means. Plata is money, Plomo is bullet. Okay.
I think it's lead.
After the option is selected and resolved, the Plato o Plomo card is discarded. If the Patron player runs out of Plato o Plomo cards, they must take all discarded cards back and return them to the Patron dashboard. It should be noted that Plomo text to these cards will always have an inactive target hunter as a potential outcome. When Plomo is selected, the target faction player will have to lay down their hunter figure and flip their hunter card face down. This hunter will not activate during the current season, meaning that if the Patron player chooses a hunter that has already been activated this season as the target, it will be a waste of Laquita's ability. Okay. Then I draw back up to 5 cards.
I think it's Laquita.
I don't even know. After playing or discarding card, you must draw until your hand is up to 5. Okay, factions. When the time comes in the season for a faction to take a turn, all faction players should discuss and agree which faction will be activated next. They will need to remember, however, that each faction can only be activated once per season. During a faction's turn, you do the following in order. You may move your first hunter, perform an action with your first hunter, may move your second hunter, must perform an action with the second hunter, and refresh your action cards. So, when the faction takes its turn, both of the hunters will be activated if possible. The player controlling the faction activates them in order of their choice. Then they move and perform an action with the first one before moving and performing an action with the second one. Once chosen to be activated, the first hunter may move up to 2 locations on the map board along the printed pathways according to the following rules. You cannot enter a map location occupied by a Sicario. Hunter figures cannot enter a city location containing a controlled token. Hunter figures can move through other hunters, but they can never end their movement on a location containing another hunter. Due to the effect of some Patron cards, a hunter might be locked. This means that the hunter may not move, but can perform actions regularly. Rotate the locked hunter card 90 degrees to indicate that they cannot move onto their next activation. Hunters can always move from city location containing an airport to any other city location containing an airport as if they were adjacent to each other. Okay, so once you move, or may move, you must perform an action with your first hunter. After a hunter has been moved or chosen not to move, they must perform one action available on the action dashboard. To perform an action with a specific hunter, the active player must select one action card from the ones currently revealed on the action dashboard and allocate it to a free action card slot that either matches the number printed on it or to any free action card slot printed with an X. Allocated action cards will remain on the action dashboard until the end of the season, reducing the next faction's options until a new season begins. The possible standard actions for the hunters are attack a Sicario, destroy labs, place blockades or remove controlled tokens, range investigation, type investigation, region investigation, or capture Patron. How a hunter action is executed is based upon which action is chosen. So, attacking a Sicario. This action performs an attack action against a Sicario on a location adjacent to the active hunter. The strength value of the attack is equal to the number shown on the chosen action card. After the active faction player selects the target Sicario, the Patron player must reveal the target Sicario's current defense token. If the strength value of the attack is higher than the value of the defense token, the Sicario figure has been captured and must be removed from the map board. Place the figure close to the Patron dashboard. It will be available again at the beginning of the next season. Special defense tokens showing a bomb or a hostage have a defense value of 2. If the value of the attack is equal to or lower than the value of the Sicario's defense token, the attack was thwarted and nothing happens. Okay. A revealed Sicario defense token remains revealed until the end of the season, unless stated otherwise. Destroying labs. This action allows a hunter to destroy a lab adjacent, X lab adjacent tokens on the active hunter's actual location or adjacent location, where X is the value of action cards played. Discard the destroyed lab tokens together with any cocaine cubes that might be on them. Labs with Sicarios placed on them can be destroyed normally, but one cocaine cube on that location will be in the possession of the Sicario, so their cubes are not discarded.
So
So,
good question.
yeah, that
Good
one.
answer.
I move.
Mm-hmm.
I choose 2 and destroy labs. I can destroy these 2 labs,
Yes.
and then I limit the options for the next person because he's only
There's
got
only
one
one space, yeah.
space available.
So the last person to go in the season
Well,
is
no,
going to have very
the
limited
X equals the
choices.
total, though, right? Because
Right.
according to that.
So, I
Right.
destroy 2 labs. You destroy 2 more. He can't destroy a lab. There is no spots here to be able to destroy labs. There is no spots to place a card.
Oh, so it's not a total then.
Well, yes, it is.
It is,
but
Because that's
it's-
4.
Yes.
But you only destroy
That's
4
true.
adjacent.
But, okay, you did that and he did that. Now it's his turn. He can't destroy a lab.
No, I
because
understand
there's
that,
more
but
spaces.
the person that places the second
Yes.
2 destroys 4 labs.
Correct.
No. 2.
Okay, so it is not
It's
any.
whatever's on the card that you place. It's not
Only the card.
Quantity
Although this says.
equals this X, these 2 X's.
So it's not the total. It's
However, you are limited in the number of actions.
so you're only going to do
3 attacks,
so you
2
can.
destructions.
So
of
so
labs.
the amount of times you can try to kill a Sicario is 3 in a season.
season.
3 in a season. And
But
2 is
you
the
could
highest
gang-
number so far that you can use to try to attempt to kill.
But
the
you could
Sicario.
gang up on them. If you had your 2 guys, then you could place 2 cards, and then your attack.
No. You have to move and take an action.
Correct.
Oh, and then it
It's a
resolves. your
singular action. If I burn both my guys trying to do this, there's 8 actions that we're doing.
Yeah.
That's 2, 4, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12.
But these have to, like, you have to put a 1 here.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I got that part. I also have,
Yeah, and so do I. I don't know.
so
if
I'm
these
not
supposed to be
quite sure
secret.
what these mean.
I
but
think I know what this
We haven't
means.
gotten to our factions
Okay.
yet.
I have a pretty good idea what
Me too.
2 of these are, but the other 2 I have no clue.
When I reach that
Alright.
page.
She's on page 17. That's on page 22.
Yeah, it's on page 22.
Smash!
Okay, so another action you can take is placing blockades and removing control tokens. This action will allow the hunter to remove up to a total of X control tokens or place blockade tokens on the active hunter's location or adjacent location, where X is the value of the action card played.
Well, that's
Okay.
kind of interesting. Can you, so going back to destroy labs, I want to get this sequence right. You can be on or adjacent.
Yes.
Okay.
And if I'm on the lab, though, when you try to destroy it, I take
I got that part. I just want to make sure that we're clear that we can do things on or adjacent.
Yeah.
And when you move, you only move 1, right?
2.
You move 2.
Up to 2.
Okay.
Up to 2.
So yeah, the question
And you don't
is,
have to move.
Yeah, sounds like move
so
on.
that-
For the airport thing,
gotta
was it saying
be-
you wanted to move to another airport for
Yes.
2?
based on the symbols,
Airports
that's
are considered adjacent.
I'm
If
thinking
you
This-
control it, then you can get to it. That specific airport. Okay,
oh.
next thing it wants to go over is investigations.
Okay.
So, range investigation. This action will allow the hunter to look a great distance to search for clues as to where Patrón might be hiding, but it is not a perfect science. The active player must use an action card with the value number 3 to perform
Which we
the
can't.
range of investigation. When the action is performed, the Patrón player must take a close look at their hiding sheet and secretly count the distance between the active hunter and the Patrón's current hideout. Range calculation ignores all board effects, airports, blockade tokens, and other figures, etc., and only uses the shortest map distance. The Patrón player must then announce any 2 numbers, with one of these numbers being the correct distance. There are many connections on the map, leading to many possible routes from one location to another, so the Patrón player must be careful to not make a mistake while counting. Okay, so basically, if you decide to do a range investigation, I look at your figure that is active and count how many spaces to where I am, and then say 2 numbers, either the
One of them is
one is
correct.
correct and one is not. So that's range investigation.
So, regardless of how far away. So, if I did that with my guy and you were way down there,
I can say, whatever, how many spaces, 3,
or vice
6,
versa,
7, or whatever. 7,
One's going to be
and
false,
then
one's going to be accurate.
well, no, I
7
got
and then
that.
12 or whatever.
I mean, so if you're nearby, it's going to be
Right.
crazy, but if you're far away, it's going to be really obvious.
Right. Okay. Type investigation. That is the second one.
It tells
must
me if
play
you're
it
on
too.
But you only get to do this once per season.
Yeah.
When the action is performed,
We
the
get
patrol
3
player-
seasons.
So the type investigation. When this action is performed, the Patron player must announce if their current hideout is a city or a farm. Players should remember that airports are located inside city locations for general purposes such as this.
Or maybe we
So,
get more than 3, but she only gets 3
Investigation
season
again.
objectives.
What does that accomplish?
The type investigation.
I see
number
that.
2, I have to tell you if it's
Is
a
in a
city,
city
or
or
If
a
you
farm.
you have to say city or farm.
yeah, and I have to be.
Oh,
truthful
so
about
I see how these progress.
You sort of
You
want to
put
do
the
it.
one
yeah.
there, and then you find out what region you're in.
that. Yeah.
Right.
And then if
find
you
out.
progress, you can find out whether you're in a city or a farm. So the first player right off the bat could do that one and then that one and get some info.
Yeah.
I think she moved
But
between each
She
of us.
does,
She
but she only moves
It's-
one space or 2 spaces.
I
It's
think I can move a lot more than that. Hold on.
That would be bad.
I think I pay money to.
But we can see that. We can see the payment of money, right?
Yeah.
So, well, except if this guy survives at the end of the season, she gets to move for free.
No wait, I don't move during my turn. I move my Sicarios.
I think she's stuck wherever she is. And then
Until
during
the
this
new
season,
season.
she can
Oh,
move.
then each new
But then why
season.
would the page have, 6 places to place where I'm
What you talking about?
Her.
So my paper has spots up to 6 locations that I can end up during.
I think
the
I
game.
was wrong
I
when I
think I
said
do
there's
have to
only
pay
3
money.
seasons. I think
Somebody
there's more
can-
than 3, but you only have 3 season objectives. We'll get there, I guess.
Okay. Okay, region
so you
investigation.
pay money to
obviously.
move to the next one.
I've announced when the region investigation is performed, I announce to the other players if my current hideout is in the same region as the active hunter player or not.
Ah,
You got to be in that region.
Yeah.
so be careful with that one.
Yeah. Okay. Capture Patron. This action allows the factions to spring their trap and possibly get their hands on Patron. To attempt to capture Patron, the active hunter figure may immediately move up to X locations on the map board where X is the value of the action card you play. Once moved, the faction player then chooses one location from the active hunter's current location or any adjacent location and asks the Patron player, who must answer truthfully, if Patron is currently located there or not.
Okay.
If the Patron is not in the chosen target location, nothing happens and the game progresses. If I am in the chosen location, he has been found and brought into custody. If the first time I'm caught, I will escape immediately. I may choose any other location on the board, following the basic rules, and hide again, without paying any money as movement costs. When the player, then I draw and add one more face-down objective card to each occupied, yet to be played objective card slot on my dashboard, showing his frantic needs escalated. Okay,
So you get additional objectives.
if I get caught, yeah.
So I'm assuming if you're caught and then teleport somewhere else,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to follow the rules of your lieutenants, right? I mean, they can
No.
be okay. But if you're gonna place new ones, then they have to be
Yeah.
within.
It's only when
I'm
placing.
placing. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, this is doable.
Okay,
But there's a number of things to take into account, like keeping the drug farms under control, the labs under control, and blah blah blah.
Well,
hoping
it gets a
we
lot
get a
more
little
money
bit
because
more
it pays money to
abilities
move.
to
Right.
narrow down where she is.
You pay $1 per space to move, I think.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what this indicates is there's your starting location. You paid X amount of dollars to move to this
move to-
location.
yeah. After all 8 player turns have been completed, the season is over.
So
and
somebody can
Patrol
track
moves the
whether you
scout.
cheated or not or
Yeah,
whatever.
I guess,
Or,
yeah,
yeah, whatever. But yeah, so she money allows the Patron to move all over the damn place.
I
Apparently,
still don't forget we had some objectives. I think that it said.
These are
right?
she's
have
got
to
the
s-
objective.
She
So
has the
our
objective.
current
we have
objective
our
is,
total objective is
It's
to
to
find her
hunt
twice.
down. Okay.
yeah. We have one objective
Alright, okay,
and
got it.
stopping her objective. Her objective now is Coca, and it's all about getting
Yeah. So she should
Coke on
have
this
chosen
card.
instead of putting down this card over here to put one farm on her card because she gets to 4. She completes one objective.
Yes. And good for us that she didn't. I
So at the
think
end of
maybe.
each season, I reveal where I am.
Yeah.
Huh?
So if we get to the end of the season and you haven't caught me, there's all these steps to go through. I get money I move this token up for however many lab spaces are still on the board, and then I gain income. I ship any drugs that are on
The airports.
my guys' things on the airports. I get glory if I have surviving Sicarios out there.
Kill them all. Then.
And then
Kill them all.
I check to see if I completed the objective card or not.
Keep in mind she's going to get 8 actions.
Right. Then I reveal and move. By showing the other players my hiding sheet, I reveal which location I finished the season in and place the Patron token on that space, this thing. Factions are always late, and it seems the Patron is always one step ahead. Note that even if Patron has been captured the first time and just escaped to a new location on a previous activation, they still reveal their actual location. Then I can secretly move on the map. I pay the quantity of money tokens, discarding them.
So we
down
know
my
where
new
she
hiding
is.
sheet.
We know how far she could have moved.
Yeah. And then I.
Well, yeah, but you consider. Let's just take an example. Consider she reveals herself as having been here,
Right.
and then pays 8 and
Right,
does
she could
1,
be
2,
in-
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can go right
Yeah,
back.
it's-
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
it might not be 8 down here;
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
8 back to
it's-
the same spot. I presume that's legal move.
Yeah.
What else do you use money for? Is that
I
it?
can move my guys by paying money to my.
Yeah, there was something like pay $1 and move them a space or something
Yeah, so
like
when
that.
I.
During the actions, you may move a Sicario at the beginning of the
Yeah.
Patron phase.
So keeping the number of drug labs
I
low
pay
limits her
$1
ability to move.
Figure up to 3 spaces.
Yeah. So she has to keep a cash reserve to move her at the end of the season. But during the season, she pays money to move
This
Sicarios
also
around.
moves and you get criminal.
It's at the end
get
of
to
season.
move
Or is that the end of it?
Yeah, at the end of the season, whatever labs are still available, I move it up. So right now we have 4 on the board. I would move it up 4
Three.
spaces,
3 on the
3
board.
on the board, and that would give me $8 if this was the end of the season. If this is what the maps look like. So
Yeah, this is got to destroy labs and kill Sicarios and do all kinds of things.
I think
While
we have to
conducting an
choose.
investigation.
And
special faction things.
okay,
Yep.
Okay. The Colombia police faction starts the game with 2 mini cards that can be played and then discarded at any time during any faction turn. Each mini card grants a bonus of +2 to a selected action card number
yours are
as
better
it
than
is played
mine.
on the attack. As it
It's
is played on
limited.
the attack a Sicario action card
I'm an
slot
assassin.
only.
Yeah.
So you're better.
You're going to kill it,
taking out
killing
the
Sicarios.
This ability must be used before the Patron reveals the Sicario's strength. Hideout tokens. The National Police of Colombia is on the hunt for Patron's hideouts. During setup, the faction player receives all 15 hideout tokens. The Colombian police hideout tokens are arguably the greatest tools the faction has at their disposal to help track down Patron as he hides throughout Colombia. The faction player should always keep track of where the hideout could be by placing hideout tokens on the map that are currently investigated as possible locations. Through Sicario Placement ranges, investigations, and more, the factions can continue to remove or adjust the hideout tokens at any time to have the best guess at their disposal. Just be mindful to remove or add the right ones in the right places, or Patron will surely slip through your clutches.
So if you were to do this and find out that they were in your region, you could put a house on every one of these things on the region.
Right, but
Or if anybody did that, he puts the house to market.
But he only has 15 houses, and that's all you're limited to. So use them.
I know,
Yeah.
but if you are pinned to being in a region, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So so you can immediately just put them in the bulk of the region.
Yeah.
And then start removing them as you narrow it down. Because then if you did the second one and it was in a farm, you remove all the city ones.
Farms, yeah.
But that's not just his actions. It's
I
anybody's.
know, I understand, but it's his. He has control of the
he
tokens.
he has to keep track.
Okay, so now the DEA. The DEA faction, the Drug Enforcement Administration, has no other goal than taking down Patrón, no matter who they need to ally with to do so. The player controlling the DEA faction starts the game with 4 mini-cards and can be played and then discarded during any faction turn. 2 mini-cards allow the player to discard a certain number, 1 or 2, of action cards from the available action cards and reveal new cards to replace them. The other mini-cards grant a bonus of +2 when moving a hunter.
I have a high-speed vehicle.
So you help everybody else.
Yes.
Well, he
Well,
can
no,
do
no,
himself.
no. If I see that you're going to be effective and you need some help,
Right.
Yeah,
I do
Too
that.
long, yeah. Okay, Cali
I can do it to
Cartel.
myself too. I mean,
The Cali Cartel faction's intention is to see Patrón's empire fall and replace it as the most powerful cartel in Colombia. When the Cali Cartel's hunter figure moves, they may collect cocaine from farm locations as they pass through
Too bad you're far away.
Oh, those are
per
gonna
turn
blow up.
and store them on the available slots of the Cali Cartel's faction card. There are only 2 slots available, and therefore they cannot store more than 2 cocaine cubes. The Cali player may spend 2 cocaine cubes during any faction turn to perform an extra free action of value 1 with the active card hunter.
well,
Extra action economy.
Los Pepes. The Los Pepes faction seek revenge since they are made up of many drug dealers attacked and betrayed by Patrón. The Los Pepes start the game with $2 and place on their faction card whenever Patrón spends money to trigger a Sicario card effect. Los Pepes faction receives $1 from the amount spent. The Los Pepes player may spend $2 when any faction uses an action card to reveal the value of 2 Sicario defense tokens on the Patrón dashboard. The revealed tokens will remain
narc.
revealed until the end of the season. Yeah.
Nice.
Hints for their first match. Narcos is not a complex game, but the great variety of options presented to the Patrón player, the different goals, and the tension upon the importance of their decisions might create long turns for your players, especially if it's the first-time player. To know Patrón's deck and how the investigations work can influence directly the game length. On the first match, we recommend that players use a timer suggested to 5 minutes for each turn.
yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Game's not complex,
Avoid
just the
analysis
rulebook.
paralysis.
The rule book is a bit of an issue.
Right.
But
Okay, so I did half my turn already, or did my whole turn already? Let's see.
You placed your Sicario.
Placed my Sicario, played my card.
Look
played
at
my
the
card from
bottom of your
lab
card.
and
See if
my
it says.
Arcade.
Do you have your cheat steps on the bottom?
Yep. I can play $1 to move the card in, move play Sicario did, draw back up to 5, reveal next season objective card, that's the season phase. Okay, yep. It's
So
one
that-
of you guys next.
We can go in any order.
In any order, but you can only, like, each person goes one.
so
You have 2 cards. You'll notice you all have 2 cards that show a person on it.
Yeah.
So each time you move one of your figures,
You
you
just
flip the
flip
card
the card.
so that you know you did.
So one of the concerns, just generally speaking, is the circumstances of her stuff
you know,
is going to change after this player goes.
right.
So if we want to affect something as it sits,
Games on cities.
that's the player that needs
Yeah,
to
you
go.
guys can place blockade.
So
And some of the limit, I mean, obviously, if John were to take his assassin over there and go hit the Sicario, he can use a bonus card with a 2 to probably auto snuff that Sicario.
or
I'm just saying you
no,
could.
No, yeah.
One, that's just
Yeah,
an option.
yeah. And it's just, do I want to blow
And
it?
you can also blow up 2 labs.
That was my thought. But I'm only effective with one guy. The other guy
Is
would
out
be
of-
investigating. I can't think of anything else.
Or just move to be more advantageous.
Sure. On the other
Maybe.
hand, you could
So,
potentially.
Shelby,
Who's blue?
1 second.
That's Mike.
I understand. I've got something I could do over here,
Yeah.
but it's not affected by the Sicario right now.
Again.
So I'm not worried about it too much. question on the action cards.
Yes.
So each player's action only has those cards available, unless I do my extra action card things. But after that player does their action, these get refreshed.
Yes.
So the next
Person is going to have.
going to be able to see what's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want to make sure the sequence is at the end of each player's action.
Like his turn, he's going to move his first hunter, do an action, move his second hunter, do an action, and then at the end of his turn, you discard the unused one and replenish the 3.
Yeah. So
Got
any
it.
of us could be here and take these 2 out
Well,
because we're all by airport.
another consideration is we have not looked at the action deck. We don't know how many ones are in it.
Yeah.
So if you don't use the 1 by the first player, is there another 1
For the
to
region.
do this during a session? We don't know what the deck breakdown is.
We also don't know what the number breakdown for their defense is.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but I'm just saying right away, if there's only one in that deck,
The rulebook
This
says
is
there are
the
18 of them, and they
cards.
range 1 to 3.
yeah, see, that's the
We don't know.
problem. See,
So it could
So
be
this
6,
was
6,
another
and
thing
6, or
we
it could
just
be another
discovered
breakdown.
as a side note when we were looking at actions. His question was blockades, because you guys can place blockades to block me from going places. He's like, can they only be placed in cities or can they be placed in farms? That is not answered on the replace blockade rule. It is back here on my rule where I can place a control one on a city or remove a blockade from a city. It doesn't actually say city.
well, I presume you're trying to blockade the airports.
I know, but it's just I'm saying that the rule book has issues.
That's what you want to blockade the airports because you have to bring the stuff to the airport to
Well,
get it off.
blockading stops her from moving in.
That
there,
also,
too.
Well, no, I understand what a block, but I mean overall, it stops you from shipping out from an airport.
And making more
What
money.
was the movement rule again, too, for this? This would be 1. Is 2 moving to the airport, or do I just go to the airport and then can move to 1?
I believe
You move it
two
as
is
is
moving
adjacent.
to the
So
airport.
if you're there, there's
'Cause you're at
1.
this space, and then that's
2.
an adjacent
Okay.
space.
Okay. So then the question is, you guys want to move to an airport, blow up the whatchamacallums? I don't know what you guys want to do. The problem is going to be if I move first, come over here, blow up these 2, then nobody can move to this airport. Because-
I think you're most effective at killing the Sicarios, and she's going to place another one after this first person's
So
turn.
we understand these are 2 finite resources. Once they're
Yeah,
gone,
Twice
they're gone.
in the entire game.
in the entire game?
Correct. So if you want to blow them right now, great. For all that I know, that Sicario's got a value of 1.
He does have a value of 1. Limon has a value of 1. He's not.
No.
The armor.
These are
Oh.
my glory points.
That's your
So
job to
far.
figure out what their armor value is.
Yes. So I'm not going to do it this first turn because I get to do for 2. But that one surviving only advances the glory track 1. It's not that big of a deal, but if it survives, it also gets she gets to move
So,
for
so
free.
here's what I'm seeing right off the bat. Okay, we have a chance to strike at a Sicario. We have a chance to blow up two farms.
I don't need to go first. I'm just going
Right.
to say that
So
right off the bat.
pick what you guys want to do. If
I
you
know
want
what
me-
I want to do, and it doesn't. It's
I-
not going to be affected by any of you guys.
My 2 cents are any one of us can do it. So whoever goes first, we should take out these 2 farms.
All right. So let me do it because I don't even have to use an airport to do anything. I just go there. I'll do it, and then I guess I can spend this 1 to figure out if he's in this region.
Well, in the region you're in.
No. If that guy takes his action to blow up the farms, he doesn't get to use the 1.
He'll use
This
Oh,
one,
the other guy, yeah.
Right.
yeah, John had it right. I
Or you
mean,
can
he
move
can
to
eliminate.
here and do
He
that
can. You
region.
can determine if you want to do that region or this region.
Or take an airport. Yeah, you can choose.
Whatever. Yeah, whatever. If you wanted to. I don't need to go first. You guys.
All right. You guys
Feel
okay
free
with
to
that?
do-
I'm gonna move.
Yeah, go for it,
Okay.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Fine. So first action comes over here.
Move and take an action, right?
Yep. Destroy 2 farms. Yes?
Yes.
Merry Christmas. Here's your Coke back. All right. Now,
I should
second
have
action.
brought a Coke today. It would have
Do
been appropriate.
I investigate that one? Or narrow it down where Mike is? Because that would be outstanding.
Do you sell Coke here?
I do
Well, you
something.
can easily take an airport up to
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
and do. You have your choice of region.
all right, let's try Caribe. Let's move over there. Go to that. And then spawn 1 to say, are you in this region?
And it's the region that you're in?
Yeah.
Caribe.
Yes, I am in the
Kind of suspected as much because there was low population of.
So, as an example now, the way you use these tokens, if Mike were to go, hey, I'm investigating this by spending a 2, are you on a city or on a farm? Right?
We would remove you just doubled up
I
that
didn't
one.
see that. Sorry.
Yeah. Then we'd be able to narrow it down.
Oh, there's one for every city. Or one for every
No,
location.
there's one missing over there.
2.
Oh, okay. So let's put it here for
Not
now.
far because there's a lab too. We'll narrow that down.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we know that this guy had to be within 4, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's everywhere.
1, 2, 3, 4. It can be that one.
It can be in any one of these, actually.
Yep. So now I'm done with my actions. Now I need to.
Remove the ones that are on there and replace. No,
not those
the
ones.
leftover. The
So we
leftover.
don't
yes,
have the
that's
2 left.
Correct. Now you get a 4,
Nice.
a
4.
1, and a 1.
Wow.
So the 4 is cool, but I don't know what you're gonna do with it. Of course, we don't have a 2, so this is out the window. We don't have a 3, that's out the window.
Yeah. For the next person's turn.
Well,
So now it's Shelby's turn.
Now
Yep.
it's my turn. I'm going to pay $1 to move my guy to this airport.
the airport.
So
Because I pay $1 to move 3 spaces
Okay.
for him. Now I must play a card. Okay.
where's that player's card that was activated when you dropped him? Oh, right here.
Yeah, because it's got a end of the season thing, so yeah, I'll go on here. Okay. I'll make a discard pile right here. I'm gonna play this silhouette
a
card.
good card to attack a Sicario.
Pay $3 and choose a region. Choosing that upper region, obviously. All hunters in that region must leave it
Oh.
and move to a location in a different region adjacent to any airport.
That's inconvenient.
Can I have my yellow guy?
To make the next person lock one of their hunters and only take 1 turn.
So where can I go that I'm less in your ways? Because I'm
So I
adjacent to
can-
an airport. Yeah.
Like there and there.
And I can be here.
There's a blockade, or it's
That's
controlled.
a
You
control.
can't
so
go
I can't
there.
Can't be
there.
there, yeah.
Okay, so
Well, you're not going to move this turn.
that's what I'm trying to get out of the way. Does that make sense?
We can move through him, but we can't stay on the spot he's on.
That was inconvenient.
Now I could pay an extra $2 to make the next person who's going to go lock down one of their players, and they will only be able to move 1.
Oh, you choose that before we choose who goes next.
Still gonna lock one of
Yeah,
them
it's
down
still,
for the
gonna,
rest of the
it's still gonna
season.
make the next person go down. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So it's an extra 2. We got 3. So whoever's next is only gonna be able to use 1. One there. 2 things. I'm gonna draw.
Is the next player? Or you don't
Now you must place
Whoever
this
the
as
next, whoever the next
Sicario?
faction is,
Do you have to place a Sicario now, though?
or play a card. to
Or
Sicario.
play a card?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're playing a card. It's either acting
Acting to place
whatever,
one or to do a
place
thing.
one. Yeah. So I did that and I drew a card, and that's the end of my activation. So I'm locking down whoever is next. You guys
One
have
of
to
you,
determine.
one of the guys for next.
Okay. So you have a 4 on the board. If the next person to go only gets to activate 1,
You could kill
and you
him.
go to that A7, you have a good chance of hitting.
And
There it is, guys.
yeah, it's me. And it's only 1, but it also gets a special ability.
It allows her to move for free instead of spending dollars.
Yeah.
if he survives the season. Which she could put him right back down.
Well, you have to take one of these actions.
Yeah.
And the only option you have is to put a 1 in one of these blocks or a 4 in one of these blocks.
If we kill him, he's locked in.
So your only option that
He's
makes
captured for the rest of the season.
the only option that makes any sense at this point is to use a 1 to kill this lab or a 4 to kill the Sicario.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because that's all you've got.
Yep.
I mean,
You want to
fourth-
get Cody.
so
Yeah.
The ones are going away.
hmm?
Once this one person is done,
How do you get
all of this will go away.
I
Please.
totally
I would
know
like
exactly what I
one,
would
two,
do
use
if
an
it's me.
action to
Okay.
take it.
But if you want me to be able to get
No,
up
I-
into this
That's
area,
That's what I'm hoping for you.
Show me this play.
Okay. Play a card with a silhouette, which I did. To play any regular Sicario figure onto the board. Perform a regular action and benefit from the card's effect. Okay, so should have placed a guy.
Okay, place a guy.
but you have to play their card to do that, right?
Well,
No,
not if
that
you-
one
because
says-
this
This
is like a
one's for
wild.
any.
You get to play whoever you want.
Oh, you play
So
a card, and
you have
that's
to play
any
guy.
Sicario
And this will be
within
Within
how many?
five.
5 spaces
But we
of
know
where
she's
you are.
up here.
It's gonna be in
so-
5, yeah.
So,
I'm gonna place
so there's going to be a Sicario show up on every turn.
Yes,
Yes.
basically. But if I have them all out on
That's
the board,
what I
then-
thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they definitely need to be offed. But she's putting the 2 least valuable ones out to start with, and we're only going to be able to off 3 of them.
Put this guy. Put him right on the edge. It's
Just say the number.
C15.
C15?
Yeah, C15.
C15.
Okay, so what's the ability of this one?
We already
Anything?
did it.
Yeah,
He pushed us
I
all
already
out.
did my card.
No.
I get to-
Is there
I
Sicario
still do
abilities?
2 actions, yeah. So I still place a control token, remove a blockade, or place a lab.
Okay, so those Sicarios don't have special abilities.
No, it's only.
I can't see her
Yeah,
dashboard.
they don't.
Do they have any special abilities?
Only when I play a card that has their actual
Name on
face
it.
on it.
Okay.
So like the first one she played had the picture of the guy, so he had a special ability. The one she just played does not have a picture of a person, so there's no special ability.
So how come that card doesn't go on top of that card?
Because it's
Because
kind
this one
of
is a end of the season effect. C13.
They'll stash up.
And C16.
you can't do on the farm.
Oh, that's right. 17.
Wait. Oh, you're doing a control token.
Is that adjacent?
It's not.
It's not adjacent.
It doesn't have to be adjacent. It's just place 1 control on a city location.
Okay. That's crazy.
And that stops us from going into
It have
it.
to be adjacent. I think they're not stating it in this page. So,
When playing a regular Sicario, Patron may perform 2 actions on the location that the figure is or an adjacent. You're right. So okay, so then it
So you
has
can
to
put it
go
on C11 if
C11.
you want.
Yeah, C11.
Can you put it on A3? Because Mike's on it.
yeah, can you put it on one with a?
Not that he's no. I could
Okay.
put it on one that one of my guys are on. Like I could have
Right,
put it on
okay.
C15 or C.
Okay, so we cannot go through those
We can
locations.
remove them,
Yeah.
but we can't go through them. Yeah.
No, can't go move through them unless you're moving.
Place blockades and I'll destroy control.
Okay, that was my turn. Sorry. for a second.
No,
So
it's okay.
you can use burn a 1 on remove a location, but there's only one. There's a 4 available that can off one of these guys. And it may
But
be.
the problem is the next person that goes only gets 1.
I know.
Yeah, make it
But
count.
how many 4s are there?
Yeah,
I know what I would do, but
we can
I'm
only.
trying to save Mike last to go over here and try to scope things out myself. That's me.
That's what I think Mike should do too.
We can only attack 3 Sicarios, and the ones with the higher glory.
I
are out.
understand.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we want to use to kill that Sicario. I'm not sure. What do you think?
So
it
this
just
is not
gives a move
staying.
for free. Yeah, I know.
These will go away. You either use this for
So we
now.
don't have to burn one of John's cards to be successful. Just saying.
Well, John
whatever.
can't Go again this. Or you
No,
can use
I'm
it for
done.
debate, though,
No,
right? Well, you can use your cards for
He
debate,
uses
though,
that
right?
when anybody does it. Yes.
For the game, yeah. So
I'm okay with only using one of my guys. I can go next. I can hit the airport and use the 4 to destroy the last 2 labs.
you
And when
can't.
you destroy it, do you take the
How do you destroy 2 labs with only one?
You can use the
Or you're going to
4.
use the
Yeah,
4
it's
instead
gonna
of.
be gone. It's going to be gone anyways.
Yeah, it's either that or do we want to waste one of our 3 attacks? Not waste. Do we want to use one of our 3 attacks on one of the 2 Sicarios that are out?
To me, that's a guaranteed kill. That's the way I'm looking at it. So the end. If you're asking me for a vote, I say yes. Go after the Sicario. Use that 4 to hunt him down. And you got a person over there can do it by just moving to one place, and a person.
I mean, either.
Well, can you
I
get
could
there?
just do him.
Yeah.
So I'd lock him and do that.
The only guy that can attack him is this guy
Yeah.
or Mike's guy.
So
Everybody else has to do 2 movements, and you can't stay on a space that has one of them.
Again, I'm trying to keep Mike for investigation purposes.
Yeah.
yeah.
He's the closest one to be able to do it.
I mean, we could do it. We could kill him. I'm not sure it's the right play, but it'll stop this free movement. And she's already spent a bunch of money, so
Excellent.
we'll do that. So who's this
You
one's
go?
locked? Yeah, I'll go. And I'll move him 1.
And attack.
Then I'll attack with the 4.
All right. So what's the Sicario's defense?
That is my orange raise guy.
Yep.
The mount
1.
is a 1.
So he is effectively
Captured.
captured.
So do we remove this?
He's just
Yeah, that goes in discard because
That has that double one.
he's not
Okay.
playing.
he can't be in play for this season now. He can't come back till next
All
season.
right. So that took care of that, and that was your
And that's
turn.
your turn.
Get rid of those 2 cards and put 3 new ones.
So
A 1,
My turn.
a 3, and a 3.
I'll pay
Too useful to
$1
do
to
stuff.
move red guy
Yeah.
over to the lab, pick up the cocaine, go to the airport and sell it right there. So I get $4 back.
Don't you? Does it have to be there at the end of the season?
No.
I thought it was only what's.
Moving in cow cubes. Whenever Sicario starts, passes through, or finishes their movement on a farm location, you pick up the cube. If the Sicario, oh, you're right, it's about the end of the
Yeah,
season.
because it
Continuing an airport.
the whatever had a special ability
Yeah,
where if it
to-
ends the turn
yeah, you
on
can
the
take
airport
that.
out, it is automatic.
Yeah, okay. Nice catch there. Alright, so then we moved him. I'm going to play somebody else. Ooh. That's kind of nice.
Do you get to move those bulletproof vests around?
Not until the next season.
So you do get.
This guy is out of play, so. Okay.
You're available.
Yeah, with 2 actions, and we have gone.
Yeah.
He's machinating. I see it.
I should have done that differently then.
It's a first play.
That's okay.
Yep.
It's alright, stuff happens. Okay.
So she only needs to get to 20. Yeah.
So it's glory
I'm not
points.
sure this was the right play. Just because I'm counting up like
It's a
she can
first
do-
play. Just get
Yeah.
over it. Just do things and go. Let's.
I'm still like to talk about it. So
Yeah, I understand. I don't want to sit here and play this game for 3 hours.
Nope, I understand. Alright, I'm gonna play Leon, paying $3 to play him at any range I choose.
okay.
from
So this
where I am.
is
So your range
it doesn't matter
here.
about her range.
I'm gonna play him because it'd be fun. I'll look over him.
Okay. What does Leon do? He's one of your special
He's
ones.
he can move 4 spaces for free,
Oh,
and if he
Drops off
had-
the
He
drugs
can start
for free.
building labs and
yeah.
control markers all over the damn
Can do all
place.
things, yeah. So if I can move him 4 spaces for free, move him to 07 over there. Let's see. Okay, then I draw a card. And
Or
it
you
is-
don't put a lab and a control marker down.
Yes, I can do lab where he's at, or in adjacent space, I'll do 04. And
I have a question because he has to be within 3 spaces.
No,
of
he
your
doesn't.
guy.
Her
just
her
play
card
my
she
card, I
played,
can play in
she
any
paid
range.
$3 to
At
be
any range.
I was looking through the rule book.
06.
She played the card that said at any range.
Yep. If I had just done the discard any card to play him out, yes, that would have been the case.
All right, so
Okay.
You're the only one that can't move through blockades, right? We can move through blockades.
Yeah, you can move through
I just
blockades.
couldn't find the rule for it.
That would make sense.
Yeah, because you guys play them.
Well, it's like if I took my turn, I didn't want to put a bunch of blockades down,
Sure,
and then
sure.
Mike can't get in there.
well, yeah. So I want to understand this function better.
Yes. Okay.
It's sitting right there, right? The X0.
Alright. This action allows the hunter to look a great distance to search for clues as to where Patron might be hiding, but it is not a perfect science. The active player must use an action card with a value of 3 to perform a ranged investigation. When the action is performed, the Patron player must take a close look at their hiding sheet and secretly count the distance between the active hunter and the Patron's current hideout. Range calculation ignores all board effects, airports, blockades, and other figures, and only uses the shortest map distance. Patron player must then announce any 2 numbers. One of these numbers must be the correct distance. There are many connections on the map leading to many possible routes from one location to another, so the Patron player must be careful to not make a mistake when counting.
Okay, so by that, one is true and one is false as to the distance you name.
Yes.
From the active.
Right, and I understand. I got that part. So the object, obviously, when you use that action, is to not be in the center of the board.
Oh, yeah.
You need to be at an edge.
so this
In
guy's
this
good.
region, be at an edge, use it, and then cause a variable distance to be named.
Right.
See how that works?
Yeah, I do see on
Yes.
the edge.
I would be on an edge over there. I
think
get to
I
move 2 spaces. I could
get
go over to
money for each
C7
one
and
of
hit
these,
range.
Or you can come
If I
here
pay-
and come
Because you
here.
paid for both.
Well, yeah, but I don't want to. No, I don't want to be equal distance in the region. I want to be at one end of the region or the other end of the region and get 2 values, and then try to hypothesize from.
Effect. So
So if you wanted to do that, your 8-3 guy is your best one because he goes to C18.
Or this guy goes up here, but I mean, either way, I go by airport to wherever. But I'm just, I can either do that or I can remove a control marker and kill a lab. I mean,
Well,
but we need to try to locate her in this season, right?
Yeah,
And if
maybe
I do
there's a-
that and then you fly in and try something else, you might be able to make a capture Patron guess.
I don't have great movement. The only thing I can do is move to the airport and then move either there or
Right.
here. I won't be able to get on and capture.
Depending on what she tells us, if I was to do
Oh, I
that.
get extra moves, though. So
You
I'll
trying to get in here and do that, because one of us would probably try to do that on this turn. That one, and then do something else. So I was just thinking that we get to move 2 spaces, right? So if I move up there and then hit this and see what kind of result trickles down,
Yeah.
you can come in from both directions on the following turn. I don't have a 2 to do the 50-50. It would be nice to do the 50-50, but we don't have it. You might get it
Yeah.
and be able to do the 50-50 prior to taking a shot at. You get an extra move when trying to capture them.
Yeah.
And push come to shove, if we really got extra move. Or I can burn one of these and replace the cards. I can take a chance, but
that seems more dicey.
so I think I'll take a turn and activate this guy move 2, and take a 3 and hit him with the range investigation.
We need two
Two numbers.
values, please.
Or she has to name 2 locations. Or
So you can look
Two
at your.
she has to name
I
two
know where I'm at.
two specific locations, right?
No, 2
I have to
distances.
name
Two distances. Two numbers.
She'll give you a 2
one of
and
them
a
has to be
4.
correct. Yeah, one of them, and it's from where you are.
Correct.
So, 4 and 2.
So it's
Okay.
not one.
It will not be any further than 4.
Yeah. And it won't be less than
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Off.
Yeah.
Off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So those 2 locations
And it's
are
not
not
within one.
possible.
two. Yeah. So it's not.
These are gone.
Yeah. And it's also not 3.
Well, but it can be a convoluted.
Yeah. So
Three,
is there
so-
any 3 that?
So it's got to be the shortest route for
Yes.
the actual.
So like 1, 2, 3. It's not here. 1, 2, 3 is not there.
She can do a 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, it's got to be shortest.
It's gotta
Shortest
be the
route.
Ignoring any other thing. 1, 2, 3 is not there.
I see how these.
3 is not there.
See how these are actually kind of useful.
So it's either these or there.
Those are the 2s and those are the 4s. So
Alright.
you see how that worked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we gotta get to her before you.
Well, no, I understand that. I mean, you're going to get a turn in between and do stuff.
So with the capture action, can we go over that again?
If you were 1 and 2 and then with the capture, you would
You
hit
can
these
move that
areas.
many. So Mike could move up to 3 right now, for example, and try to do a capture.
Well, he
Well,
gets
this
to
guy
move
only
normally
gets to move
first,
2.
and then
if
he
he did a
can.
capture for 3, you get to do these 3 locations.
Is it though?
No, it's extra move.
It's extra move.
So to attempt to capture Patron,
It's not extra locations.
The active hunter may immediately move up to X, where X is the value of the card in play. Once you move, the active faction player then chooses one location from the active hunter's current location or adjacent to that active hunter and asks the Patron player who must answer truthfully if he is currently located there or not.
Oh, did we remember where
It
we
only
started?
removes one location.
I know she could start where we started.
Huh?
Yeah, she had to pick a place that we weren't standing.
What were her rules?
Well, they were all and the Sicario had to be within 4, which is it covers all of them anyway. I saw that from the beginning. The entire region was legitimate for the starting Sicario.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I can only name 1 out of 7 locations. We currently have 4 cities.
He's saying that
and
she
3.
couldn't be on
I'm
one
trying
of
to
the
see
spaces
what
that we
the-
started. and
what
you
the
started,
restrictions were
here
she
and there
started
or
with.
something. So that would eliminate C2 as a starting point for her because she couldn't be on that one because you were
But
there.
I thought she could be where we started. I thought it said she could, but I don't know what other restrictions she had and her original choice.
Well, I started here and here, I believe it was,
Yeah, I don't
next to
think-
Medellin and next to
I didn't hear
Cartagena.
anything about.
Patron can select any location to hide, even if it is occupied by
Okay.
another player.
So that doesn't.
Okay,
Like,
so
I
that's
could have, yes.
we're
So
chasing.
there was no restrictions to where you started.
Okay, so anyway, I've got this guy to activate, and I can only guess one location. But if you get a 2, you can 50-50 out half the tokens. So I could make that like a. What did we have? We have 4 cities and 3.
Or you could burn and trade a 2 to pop up over there and do it yourself right now. But that would be your
He doesn't have a
action,
2.
He has a card that lets him burn what's there and put 3 new ones.
And
I
hope
can
that
burn
a
1 or 2 cards. I can burn 1 and take a chance, or
But that's it for the whole game.
yeah, I have burn 1 card or burn 2 cards, and I have extra movement, which you use to do a capture action. You only get to move what the card says, but I can burn a 3 over here, and I can move 3 spaces and choose the location I'm in or an adjacent location and say, "Are you there?"
You could also
Okay.
move first, so you get your 2 movement normally.
No, I don't believe you.
Yeah,
Because
you
it's
move
what-
and
this
then
is your
you-
action. That's your
Okay,
action.
well, whatever.
Yeah, it's
In any case, I can get to any of them. That's not the issue. The issue is burning an action just to eliminate one location. It's a shot in the dark. I certainly can do that.
You have a
I'd
better
rather,
plan?
if we could get at that investigation, it would help a lot
I can
more.
certainly wipe out the lab up here. Well, all right. So, how bad do we want to try this one? Well, you're going to have 3 locations left, minimum.
Yeah.
3 or 4 if I 50-50 it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. If you 50-50, I'll have 2 out of 3 choices.
Much better odds.
All
All right, I'm going to burn it.
Let's hope we get a 2.
Get rid of both of them. Give me two new action
Come
cards.
on, buddy. Nope.
That's a 3.
No.
Oh, that's,
I only get 2.
You get 2. You get 2.
I only get 2.
He only gets 2 new ones. But I'll have a 2 on my turn.
I only get 2.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
so we got rid of a 3
That's what I said to
get a
start
bunch
with.
of
I only
3.
get 2.
I didn't hear you. Well, looks like 3 it is, buddy.
Done shuffling. Give me another one.
So these 2
It replaces it, or?
Replace both of those with a single,
with a single one.
or no, one. Replace 1.
Okay.
Leave 1 3 there and put another one out.
There we go.
Okay. That's simplified action.
Better be
So
worth
I'm
it.
going to move and investigate. So where do I want to be? I want to be out of the way, don't I?
Yeah.
So let me go down here and just get out of the way. And
Don't you have to investigate in the...
oh, I have to be in the region,
Yeah.
don't I? So I'll go there. And
Okay.
There's a good spot.
actually, where am I?
Here we go.
Here. So let's.
You could go down there if you want to be out of the...
No, I want to be in this. I have to be in this region, don't
Sure.
I? Or do I?
Doesn't say you have to be in the region. This action allows the faction to have a rough idea as to the environment of Patron's current location.
Then I'm going to
The
get
active
adjacent to
faction
an
player
airport.
must use an action card with a value of 2. When the action is performed, Patron player must announce if their current hideout location is a city or a farm. Players should remember that airports are located inside cities for general purposes such as this.
Okay, so there I have moved,
Are
and
you
now
farm
I'm.
boy or are you
I'm in the city.
city?
So that takes care of these.
Drop that one on
We
Cartagena.
got 4.
Oh, no, we don't want to drop it.
No, we're taking off.
Yeah.
There's 4 locations. You got a problem. Yeah, that was part of the issue.
But you can do it twice.
Well, all right. So, is that the end of Mike's turn?
That was me.
This goes away.
I have no money to move, so I'm not going to move anybody.
So that's your movement, because it's extra move.
Yep.
So you can move 4 spaces, up to 4 spaces twice on the capture move. Just so no, you pre-plan yourself.
Where are you?
They're at once.
Adjacent to an airport. You start adjacent to an airport. You always want to finish
You
your
can
moves
reach any of
adjacent
them.
to an airport.
I get that. It's just
Yeah, I'm hanging out because I
yeah,
swept
that's-
the.
you had to do what you had to do.
But otherwise,
this
you
is excellent. I mean,
and it's not going to change. I mean, she's not going to do
You
anything
can't
to it.
until
she's
after.
placing somebody.
I'm placing Carlos.
Oh,
Hi, Carlos. Let's
Carlos
see.
is a 5.
Carlos is going to go up there where the lab is.
Right here.
Okay.
Oh, sells all the coke in
If
the region.
if he survives the season, he's going to sell all the coke in his region.
You need to mention, okay.
Then I get to do 2 actions.
And the other thing to remember, Carlos has 5 prestige that he's going to give her.
Yeah.
I'm going to place this in C5.
It's not like we could attack him before he was on the board. So
No. But now, one of his turns he could, or he could spend both of them trying to find him.
And I'm going to control C8.
Can't move in it, and that's where she's at, possibly.
well, you can do a capture from a space adjacent.
I know,
My turn.
but you can't fly into that airport.
So I'm going to 1 and then fly here. I'm going to do a 2 on the capture Patron. I'm going to move my 1, 2, and I'm going to choose this location for your guy. For you.
So the C8 is your choice?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
I would have gone
That's
with
not
this
bad.
one.
She's like blockade, put all the stuff over there.
Yeah, I think she's blocking to get to there.
And then I'll do 1, 2, and I'll put another one over on the capture Patron.
What do you want?
Either
2,
one.
yeah. And just go ahead and move here, and I'll capture that.
Oh yeah, because you can just pick it up.
You're supposed to be
What do you guys think? C2 or C9?
I think it's C15.
Do you think?
All right, C2.
got me.
Oh yes!
Nice go.
Good job.
Good call,
So,
Mike.
If this
So
is
now
the
you get to
first
move for
time-
free.
If this is the first time that Patron has been found, he will escape immediately. I get to choose another location on the board following basic rules and hide again immediately without paying any money as a movement cost. Then I draw and add one more face down objective card to each of the unrevealed objective spots. So I only have to complete 3 objectives to win. Okay.
Nice work, guys.
Totally worked. I was like, we're starting a corner. Let's go for it. I mean, it was a 50-50 chance.
Oh,
but-
Yeah.
So now you're going to place yourself in a new spot.
Place myself in a new spot, which cannot be any of the places where you guys are right now.
Okay. Well, that's.
And we get
that's
to see where she moved right at the, end of the season, which
We
is
need
now.
that marker for where she was.
Yes. Oh no, that's at the end of the
Yeah,
season.
that's the end of
when
the
I
Oh, that's the end of
reveal-
season
Before
mark.
she moved.
Which we're almost-
Oh, you're going to
which-
And she
reveal
has
where
no
you
money.
are.
Well, this is the end of the season anyway, isn't it?
No, you
this
get
is-
one more
this
turn.
is-
You get. Oh no, you go first. It is the end of the season.
yours.
Yes, but this is still his turn, so we're resolving this before the end of the season.
We whacked her.
So,
Perfect time.
see, 4th faction turn. You were the last faction to go, right?
Yeah.
So
The DEA and the Cali Cartel cooperated.
I can
Wait
say
a minute.
right now that I am on goal 3.
How did the Cali Cartel and the DEA cooperate for this little?
Doesn't matter. All's fair in drug.
you pick one of
I will use anybody I can.
And then we go to the end of the season.
And the funny thing is,
There was
they're
a
the
story about that.
They're the ones that want to replace him. So
Yeah,
you
well,
just
see,
help
I
them
will
bring them
use
across.
anybody I can. So I burned a lot of resources. I burned my only.
And we only need to capture her one more time, so that
I
was
know,
really
but
good.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's no more of this for me.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
But
And it was worth it because we only needed
Oh,
to
yeah,
do
it
one more
was.
time.
All right. So it's the end of your turn. You don't have anything left to do. We need to.
Oh wait, we're
No,
not
we're
doing
gonna-
that.
no, no,
She's
no.
got to do her free move
okay.
first.
She's got it. Well, yeah, and she's got to mark.
I am.
We're going to clear the board for the next season.
Well, yeah, you have to do the end of season stuff.
11.
I'm still trying to finish him. But yeah.
So she's starting in 011. You put the marker down there.
Well, that's where, because we're saying this is the end of the season. When I was captured, that's where I went.
She went here for free. Now
So
she's
now-
starting.
Now she's
Now we're at the end of the season phase where I can pay to move at the.
and you're going to get a bunch
Do you
of
do that
income.
first, or do you do these other
So
things?
let's find out. Let's go with this.
So the end of the season triggers, and my Patron guy goes first. So he's selling all the cocaine cubes
So
in the
2.
region. So it's 2.
No, it's one because he's
Two.
got.
Yeah.
The
No,
other guy. So,
there's 2 of them here.
Oh, he's got the one on his.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. There's 2 of them in this region where this guy is.
That gives me $8.
So he sells these 2 off. These go away.
The Patron player will now increase their income track 1 space for each lab token currently on the map board.
Oh Jesus!
2, 3, 4.
5,
1, 2.
3, 4, 5.
5. Okay.
It's a lot of labs.
Now she's
Then
got
the
money
player
to.
Well-
receives income and money tokens according to the indicated value.
Yeah,
So
there
I
comes
get
another $8.
another 8.
So she can move just all over the darn place.
3. Retreat out.
I got it.
But if she uses that, she won't be able to do much with
I
her
realize they're nice. Okay.
Sicarios.
Shipping, drugs, and life protection. Any Sicario figure carrying a cocaine cube that is on an airport, by the way, we don't
You already
do
did that. Yeah.
Patron's glory grows. The Patron player increases their current level on the glorification track according to the glory total of the Sicario still active on the map. This guy's worth nothing, and the other guy's worth 5.
I moved him.
So 5, awesome, great. Check for objectives. I did not complete an objective card, so There we go. Patron reveals, which
So I have a question about objectives. This is season 1. Are you no longer able to do this
I
objective?
don't think so because it says at the end, complete the objective at the end of the season.
Okay.
So I think this one is out of play.
So she literally needed to pump everything into that to do
If
it.
I was going to complete it, yeah. But now I just have to complete 3 of.
So you
4
reveal both of these?
Yes, at
Okay.
the beginning of the season, which we're getting to. Okay, so I revealed myself and now I can move. I can secretly move on the map. I announce and pay the quantity of money tokens by discarding them and telling you how much I
How far she moved.
We at least made it costly.
Which I
Well,
have a lot.
She can do
She
a
just made $16.
convoluted circle and come back to the exact same spot.
$16.
Yeah, I could. She can end up anywhere.
You know,
I want to have some money left for the round.
Does this go?
That is, I think it stays there. I'll check that in a second.
As long as he's on the map still.
Well, yeah, as long as he hasn't died, I think it stays there.
Well, that was a good first season.
I would say.
As part of the end, you move and then presumably we reset the deck, but somewhere.
Yeah, we like that.
So I only saw 1-4, by the way, out of what came out.
That one right there.
And we're gonna.
Yep.
A bunch of ones, so it's
They were all
they're
twos.
all the twos. All what we
So-
needed.
So there's only 1-4, guys. Just keep that in mind. And that was a good call, in my opinion, to kill that guy. Even though he was a 1, we didn't know that going into it.
And it's less people she has on the board too. Can I redeploy?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she didn't use. Oh, she only gets 4 actions. That's yeah.
Because she starts and then she goes. Basically, she goes before each of us. Not
4
after.
actions. So the most she can get is 4 Sicarios on the board.
Yes. And the most we can kill is 3.
That's right, she plays 1 action per turn.
1 for every 2 of ours.
Yeah, yeah.
But
You paid
this
how much?
one's left out there now.
She paid
Paid
4.
So she moved 4.
So
or less.
The loop is possible.
4 is how much
And,
cost to
yeah.
go to where she went.
She can't use the airports.
No, but 4
So that's pretty far. It's like
so it could be anything. Here,
it's
mark
not
the
all
outside
way over
perimeter.
here.
Mark the outside perimeter, and you know somewhere within there.
1, 2, 3.
That's all the way.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Alright, so action deck and Hunter's Refresh. With a new season of chasing down Patrón and battling against the Drug Empire, factions get ready, flip all of your Hunter cards back face up, shuffle all the action cards used and unused to form a new deck, and reveal the first 3 actions.
There you go. That had to be the way it worked.
So she's on this portion of the board.
So
Now
she's not up here.
starting the
That still gives her all
first
three.
season.
She's all the
Yeah,
way.
she's in this bottom half of the board. That's all we know.
So starting the second season, I revealed both of these.
2 different objectives.
And I have to follow the setup for both. When revealed, place 2 lab tokens on any farm location.
Oh Jesus! Look at the labs. That's going to be monetarily out of control at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Let's put them up there. Let's do C3.
Where she's not.
And C18.
Yeah.
Down here.
2. Well, there's nice
Do
variety.
the empty labs repopulate?
No, I don't think so.
The first thing.
Hold on. Every time
wipe out
Sicario
50%
ships
of
a
the
cloak or
locations.
Cube, place the cube here. If the card has 3 cubes, complete the objective immediately. When revealed, place
This
2
guy.
controlled tokens over in any city location.
So
While
that's-
active, replace
that-
1 defense
like
token
the
with
1,
a bomb
2.
token.
Just immediately does
Yeah.
a major
Sicario.
investigation. And then after that, we can do what we need to do, but
Complete this objective.
because it seems like an obvious 1-2 punch.
Well, you got it still somewhat fenced into the bottom half of that board.
So you pick a region, and it's a yes/no.
Because you only got 2 regions really she could be in.
Well,
Could have come over here and hid.
I mean, yeah, it could have.
Control tokens, huh? Any city location.
Yeah,
She's got 2 very completable objectives this time around, season
Want a
objectives.
four
we need to find out what they are, actually. So
She
let her read them.
and
she did.
So you can blockade airports?
I can control cities that are airports. I just can't have Patron go into them. You know what I mean?
You can't teleport.
No, I can't.
So then we can't use them.
The Patron could be in the city, just can't use the
Unless we take the actions to remove them.
Let's do.
Kind of inconvenient.
Has to be one where you guys aren't standing right now.
So therefore, ending your turn in an airport keeps the airport from being corrupted.
Okay, when she revealed her objectives, so she's got one objective that this guy can do pretty easily, which is whenever shipping cocaine, she can put it on the card, and she only needs 3. And this guy can ship without finishing his turn.
Yeah.
He just stops off there.
He moves over them and they go.
Yeah, so
But
that's
you have to end
easy
up
for her.
at an airport, don't you?
Yes.
Yep.
Well, you
And
can't. And you have to end up at an airport.
You have to end up on an airport
So-
with him. So
So she has to end up at that airport because can't go to this one.
with the guy on there right now, but if he moves,
I mean,
yeah.
if you take you're going to take the first turn.
Yeah.
Or well,
And then car bomb is she just has one of these defense tokens is on one of her guys, and
It's the grenade now.
if it lives at the end of the season, she completes the objective. That's it. That guy just has to be alive
on the map.
on the map.
Yeah, because we
Can't-
can't. And we can't.
So
in
she
other
has
words-
to be able to place him, and we don't kill him.
So it's going to be one of those 4
Yeah. So we gotta kill one of the new people.
because you don't get to change the defense
No,
tokens
she does.
for the existing
she
people.
does. She
Oh,
can.
yeah, she does.
So she could
Oh.
have put it on one of these guys that's out there.
Okay, so
So you get to change them. Oh, wow.
So
yeah, because that's the new part of that's part of the beginning of the season is assign the new ones.
So we're gonna have a harder time stopping her, but we may not need to if we find her.
But Mike was pointing out something. With the variety you have on the board, the first person can literally do an investigation, narrow down a region and a city
Farm
type,
City.
like right off the bat.
That'll really help.
Yep. So yes, technically there are 3 possible regions, but yeah, it's sort of.
Well, just the no
We'll eliminate
takes
a
out
whole
the
lot.
entire region.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay,
And then the
I get to go
50-50
first.
and
The yes is preferable,
Yes,
but
you
the
go
no is
first.
also good.
So what are you doing?
Paying $3, and you guys don't get to find out what region I'm in.
for how long?
Block
One
any
turn
investigation for the
one
next
faction's
faction.
Turn. Yeah.
Pay an extra 2 next.
No region.
Choose next
No
faction.
regional investigation allowed.
next-
Pay
This
an extra 2
to choose
the
which one of
next
us to go
faction is
first.
actually
You already gave me
fair
my
with
money?
that. Yeah, I gave you one. Right there. Yeah,
the
I'm
money
not gonna.
you had
I'm not
over there.
gonna.
I'm gonna use it as soon as because I can use it anytime
not gonna
we.
choose which faction.
Well,
one of you guys
now
moves?
it's useful when we figure out who's got the bomb,
Yeah.
potentially.
Let's see. This guy.
So we cannot do a regional investigation this turn,
No.
or
We
this
cannot.
next faction.
Whoever goes next cannot do that regional investigation.
Control 1, 2,
You can be.
Still the 50-50.
Yeah, we could do the type and the range even.
Well, yeah, the range may be a little less useful, but
Depends on where we are.
those are becoming an issue.
Yeah. Because we're not clearing them, so it just keeps blocking.
Well,
us
the
in.
airport, you can't blitz to the airport.
Yeah. Okay, that was my turn.
All right.
Okay, so who wants to go next? We can't do the regional action. We
We
could
can
do
an investigation.
the
They can attempt to off one of these guys with a 3.
Yeah.
and whoever goes first, I'm gonna reveal. If you don't do an attack action, I'll reveal these 2 of them on the board's token.
You have to do it on your turn, or you can do it.
On anybody's action.
So can you do it before people take an action?
It's said on anybody's action. When he's done, we'll look it up.
Past
So it's like
ability.
as part of one of somebody's action. I just spend $2 and we reveal that.
And you reveal it.
So you can
Oh,
do it
that's-
as.
So we just flip the vest.
So we want to narrow down who's got the bomb, I think, right? So you're gonna
Yeah,
do it
so
on
we
people
stop.
on
So
the
what is the
board.
bomb?
It's an objective. If he survives at the end of the turn,
the end of the
and
season.
Oh.
she gets one of her.
So we need to assassinate the bomb holder.
Correct.
Yes.
And the first step would be.
And I think the bomb was
identify-
only a defensive 2, so it won't be that hard to
No,
think
but we
about.
gotta figure out who it is. Is it
Yeah.
one of the ones on the board, or one of the ones that's gonna come on the board, right?
So, if
Well-
if I was to go first,
Yep.
I can move this guy up there and click my second piece of cocaine. I could use the 2. We could knock that one out 50-50. We would know whether she's in Farmer City. I could then spin the 2 cocaine to do an extra action for a cost of 1, and I could do something like.
I think you should hold off. Because if you pick up the cocaine, you can use that 1 if you don't get a 1 next to do the region. We can't do the region this turn,
Okay.
but that free 1 is a free region check.
Yeah.
Well, there is that.
Yeah.
Because you get a free 1
Yeah.
action. Ah. That's kind of handy. So then we're into doing a 2 and a 3, doing an investigation type, and a 3 attempt to assassinate.
So my ability, I can spend my 2 whenever anybody uses an action card. So,
Uses an action card.
yes.
Okay, so
And that counts as an action card, maybe. I don't know.
No.
It looks no.
Oh, his does,
Yeah.
yeah.
Those are action cards. Oh,
yeah, but
yeah.
yours
His does,
looks
yeah.
like an action card on the
Yeah.
spending.
okay, so I'm potentially got one guy that's just totally out of position.
I'm not in a hurry to go anywhere because I don't. Really,
Well, I'm just saying, for him to get to an airport and go somewhere needs extra movement. Blah 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 blah.
Well,
So
see, I think we should wait for John to go last because you both can use his cards to move you where we need you to be, and you can use your cards to kill the one we
I
need
mean,
to kill.
the worst case scenario, I am looking at getting rid
these
of
can
some.
be used at any time.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't have to worry about faction last or first or
Yeah,
any-
know that.
I can
I'm
bonus
saying-
move
I'm
anybody.
saying John should go last.
Okay.
To try to
And
take.
well, John shouldn't go until we reveal the guy that we need to kill.
Well, no, he can use his bonus on anybody too. So whoever does
Okay,
the attack,
so
he can use his bonus on.
We've only seen a high defensive 2 at this point,
All right,
and
so
the bomb is
the
a
bomb
2.
is a 2.
Bomb is a 2. So,
Okay, so
if we did,
here's my
find it,
proposal: is I do a region check, and during that you reveal 2 of the tokens,
I could do that.
and my last guy over here can
Move to like the edge. And
he
do the same
can
thing
he
with
can
the
he
range.
can. No, he's not in range of doing. Wait, where's the airport? It's blocked. So
Blow up a lab.
This
I can
airport-
blow up that. I can
that's
free
what
that
that
air.
is.
I can free the airport.
That.
You could move here and use it too.
I could go. I could go and do.
Or I can go and attack that guy. Yes, I can do
Well,
that
no, I
too.
was thinking you can move here and use the 2 to move both of them.
I could go and.
No, I'm
do-
going to use the 2.
You could move here and use the 3, remove both of these, and then put one down of our own.
Does it allow you to do that?
Yeah.
Quantity equals
Ooh.
X.
And if I blockade an air, you can't go in. You okay? So we blockade an airport. You can't use it to fly out of.
Yeah, you protect
She
it
can't
for it,
fly
but
anyway.
I can.
But she can't use it
You
to
mean
drop
to sell the
cocaine. Yeah.
But I can remove your blockades as.
Yeah,
one
it's
of my
it's an
action
action.
choices.
Sure.
But it forces you to use it on that.
So why don't I do that?
All right. So
Why don't I region search and eliminate half the spaces on the board real quick?
well, you can't.
What would be your
Remember?
I mean, not
type.
region. I mean the
The
type.
50-50.
The type
Yes,
search.
that
and
you
what
can
were you
do.
going to do for your second one?
He was
the
going to go
clarity?
remove
Go
that stuff.
put a 3 in here and take out 3 of the.
Yeah.
Do
You wanna
3
move
things.
Your guy.
Move.
We don't think
well,
range
the-
is a
the
good.
first-
I will do that, but I mean, I'm just going to.
So I have a question
Good enough?
before we go.
Yeah.
Do we don't think the range
where?
investigation?
From where?
I could do it from over
And
here.
you are in the middle, and that is almost anywhere on the board.
You have to be at the. You have to be like in this space.
So this guy can move here, here, in 2 numbers, We know it's
I'm
not over
going.
this way. Okay.
I'm ending this AP discussion and just do it. Okay, 50-50. Which
City.
she's in a city. Are you going to reveal 2 tokens?
Yeah, I'll spend the.
Because you can do that again on somebody
I
else's
can do
turn.
it anytime. So
You pick one.
I
So
pick 2.
get all your counters out and put them in
I'm working on it.
all the cities that she could be in.
I guess if you want to give this back.
Was this 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, that is.
Okay, then my second guy.
Yes, dude. That's pretty sweet.
So we'll reveal this guy. He's a 3. And we'll reveal
So I'm out of tokens. But
Oh,
just
he's a
keep-
3.
Yeah, we're not
Who's the
supposed
3?
the other one that's good for her objectives. This is the guy who can keep dropping.
Okay, so there is a 3 defense token.
So,
What's the other defense token?
He's picking one.
Yeah.
so I can help with
you
the 3,
got-
obviously.
That is poison, and the red one is blacklist. So let's check poison. There's a 1. Okay.
All right, so I've already. I'm going to play the 3.
These 2.
Wait. Do you want me to off the poison guy? Put that back.
No, poison is the only thing he gets her is the.
I can either remove some blockades or off the poison guy.
Okay.
I'm in favor of killing a lieutenant.
Yeah. I'm okay with that too.
Dead.
Okay.
That guy went over there. That guy killed that guy. Okay.
Yep.
We have a
Discarding
2,
this card and not using its ability.
a 1,
Which one's
and a 2.
gross?
So we can do a region
Purple.
this
red
turn
one.
if you guys want to.
Oh, purple.
Discarding that card, not using its ability to bring out my special assassin.
You.
I've already gone, so.
May have already gone, but
I can knock
Pick a
out.
card. That's gross.
I can actually knock out these 2 farms and then kill that guy on my turn if I go last and he's still there. That should take care of
they're not
something.
very.
So it's the guy that. It's this guy you're picking on then? Is it the adjacent guy you pick on, or is it.
It's
Guy,
adjacent.
yeah.
So this is the guy that's being picked on?
Well, that went wrong. That's okay.
I think the hint was don't do it on a guy that's already gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's out on the board, so he may have the bomb. Who knows?
Possibly, yeah.
That's another clever thing is you hide the guy with the bomb in a spot that
So we know it
I
wasn't
mean, you're not gonna.
the guy that got killed,
choose to-
and it wasn't.
It's not this guy, but we still probably want to kill him.
Yeah, I can do that if he's
You're just
still
gonna
there.
choose to.
We only get 2 more kills.
So, because you're already gone.
inactivate the target hunter.
Yeah. So that's just the.
Yeah, that was.
That's
Target hunter plays regularly. Patron places 3. Oh, I see. Plays regularly, but she
You
gets
get to
3 lab
choose,
tokens.
yeah.
That's one of the choices.
Ooh, that's to an inactive
Yeah,
choice.
so-
Then you
yeah.
lose a.
Yeah, it's either
you lose an active,
action
or if you
she
get
gets
your
a
I
active.
just wanted to show how it works.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, that's yeah. Okay, so I'm done then.
so then he also
anybody-
gets to do the 2 regular.
Anybody
actions.
absolutely has to have 2 movement to accomplish capturing her. Feel free to have
Okay.
if you absolutely have to have it.
Yeah, she's still going, so you'll probably be done with it.
She's blockading herself in.
Okay. That is my turn.
You think so, huh?
Yes.
Blocking herself in, you say?
Yeah.
What gives you that impression?
No, I was just saying she's blockading this area down here.
Sure. So, now the
Why do these
region.
not have? Oh, we're out of
controls
houses.
it.
That's
She
why.
controls
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's the only reason why. So
I mean, it's
everything
this
down
portion.
here is going all the way to this. So if you wanted to do a region, you could exclude I mean, potentially it could be this one.
It could be.
And she could
There's
be
more
pooping up.
tokens on this, I think.
Hmm?
There's more tokens on this.
No,
So
she's in the city. She's not in a farm area.
yeah, there's more.
Oh, you mean in total reward?
5. No, there's more on this. There's more cities here.
Oh, you mean how many cities are in the
Yeah,
given
to
region?
eliminate more.
Yeah, this one would only eliminate
So
2.
this one is better to eliminate.
So if the next person wants to do that,
Well, I can hit the airport with my guy there and fly in down here and then do the region check.
you guys want to do that?
And that way I'm
You got-
blocking
you got a
this
better
one
idea now
from
that
the
Mike's not
airport, and she can't collect her cocaine with that guy.
If we can't kill him, can we? Unless he uses his
But if I
ability.
go down here and block
I can
him,
do it.
She'll have to spend tons of money to get to another airport all the way over here.
The other thing is, you don't need to go next. If we want to do the region, we could, or we could wait. You can always do the region anytime, but I think we want to do
I think
that
we need
next.
that information.
Yeah, we
now,
want that info.
so we can figure out where she's
But
going.
it doesn't need to be you. It could be anybody because
Yeah.
we have the one on the board.
I mean, my general thought that I was going, my general thought of what I was going to do was like just damage control. So hit this and kill him. Doesn't mean I have to do it. I mean,
No.
that was my general idea.
You'll have to use one of your cards because he's got an armor of 3 that we know about. And you'll
Yeah,
have-
I
You only got
understand.
2s and 1s.
Well, there's the 4 hasn't come out yet, so I don't know what happens, right? And if somebody wants to do it now, sure, I'll pump in.
I think
the
we should
plus stuff.
reveal these other ones first before we make the choice because we got a bunch of guys on the board. And
Okay,
so next action I'm going to reveal. So no matter what, we're going to
Can you
reveal.
pass me one?
You didn't spend any money, so I didn't get any more.
Never sure.
I just think it's advantageous to leave you, just in case we want another one. One's not too great. Is that an action to do it, or is it free? You
I
to
get
just,
an additional action.
you get an additional action.
But at a value of 1.
Yeah, but it's still an additional thing. So why don't we have me go first, and I'll do the region.
Okay.
And I already got a guy here, but I can move and do it.
I really think you should sit on that airport
Yeah, so she can't blockade
so
it.
that he can't collect and come in and fly
yeah,
off.
'cause this
And if
one-
she is going to do it that way, she's going to have to
Gonna have to
spend a
go all
bunch
the
of
way
money to
there.
get all the way over here to these
That's good.
airports.
So I'll do this move, and then I'm going to spend the
He
one.
moves super fast, though, doesn't he, Shelby?
This one,
He can move up to 3
She can move to 3 spaces for every dollar she spends.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
All right. So what are you doing?
I'm going to spend the one for the region, and while I do that, we'll reveal
Okay.
later
Use the 4.
He's a
and La Quinta. There we go.
Who's La Quinta?
This guy.
All right.
I called it.
Do we need to equal or beat?
We need to beat, I believe.
Yeah, equal or less, I win.
So he's a 2, which is doable. I can also pump it if needed.
So,
So-
you're in that region.
I'm in this region. Are you in this region?
Yes or no?
No.
Okay, so it's not these. So that leaves potentially.
I'm still there.
So it leaves
Those 2 are
this one or
So potential. Yeah. Potentially, it could be.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we've got 10 locations still to weed out.
okay. Where's my other guy? Oh, you're blocking me, Mr. DEA. Otherwise, I could go over and we could take him out.
You take him out?
I could if he wasn't there. Because I can only move
Where
2.
are
I
you?
don't. I'm here.
Okay.
We need to get this one out.
You can still get to him.
How?
I told you,
Oh,
if
yeah,
you
you-
need 2 movement to accomplish something,
So do we want to use both your cards to take him out?
It takes both my cards. What
Hit
is he?
one of his cards and one of yours.
You still want to be able to do it. He's a 4. No, he's a 2.
He's a 2.
Yeah, so you would need my card and his.
Or do we want to do that next turn?
It does get rid of one objective.
But she could move him. But
pick one.
Yeah. I'm okay. If you want to go with that, yes, you can have my card. Does that make sense?
Yeah, why don't we just take that off the board?
So you're gonna move down here.
So you're taking extra 2 movement from me.
And you're taking a +2 bonus to assassinate.
We'll move that 2 over to attack a Sicario. And this one's captured. So she can't be doing...
So if you guys leave me him, and he doesn't move, I should be able to kill him, because he's got a 3.
He's got a 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, so theoretically, you should be able to do it no matter what. Was that your turn?
That was both my guys, yes.
So now we have a 3, a 2, and a 1 available for the next person.
Good.
Tense!
be
I am tense!
Where would be the best range place to be to eliminate some of these houses?
Those over there?
You want to be at one end of the group or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this guy.
Yeah. It's going to be 2 numbers.
Yep.
If it's 1, you automatically know it's there. And then, yeah, I think that's a good place. Well, we can't be there. Here or here, doing the range, and we can...
Well, she's got to go.
Yeah.
Luckily, she can't move until the season, right? That's...
Yep.
Yeah, we have 3 chances to try to find her.
Sure shot. Who is this? Oh, it's on the same guy again, is it? No, it's a different guy.
I'm gonna put him on that lab.
I think they need to be inverse.
18, yeah.
No?
You're not gonna be able to see it.
Yeah, I
this
guess
way.
you're right.
It's just,
Okay.
But we already remember what this
Yeah.
one is.
Well, that's fine. I was just gonna... I'm gonna space them out so you
They're
can
end of
actually...
season effects.
Yeah. And what does she get? She gets, if Sure Shot survives, she gets 2 extra glory. She's going for the glory win.
Well, that's what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're narrowing the noose until she moves for sure, so potentially...
We only get to kill 1 more, so do we kill him or glory? I'd kill him. Stop her card.
I'm agreeing with that, but...
We got 1 range and 2 capture actions to do to narrow these down. Whoever goes next should use that 3 for the range, I'd say.
Let's wait till Shelby's going. Do you want to go next? We'll try to figure out where she's at.
Yeah, I'm in a
anybody
good
wants-
position.
I got a whole bunch of from
Shelby's
my tree
done
this
now.
year.
Oh,
Done, yeah, I'm waiting on
mandarins?
Yeah, but they have seeds. And I thought mandarins weren't supposed to have seeds.
I don't know for sure. I mean, but
You guys want some oranges from my tree?
I need
I washed
oranges
them.
or mandarins?
They're mandarin oranges or orange oranges or tangerine oranges.
They're tiny
or,
oranges.
They're
Or,
Yeah.
tiny, delicious.
Some
oranges
sort of
that grow
citrus.
themselves.
Yeah, they're like sweet, but with like a nice sour kick. The smaller ones have like a big sour kick.
I'll give these a shot.
And they peel really easy, so I think it's like
So
mandarin.
there's evidence. If I keel over, it's his fault.
My
Choose
fault.
to move or not.
It smells well.
Then
Lovely.
take an action.
Oh
So
yeah,
you have to
I
move
harvest them.
before
My whole kitchen smells
Yeah.
like citrus.
My
This is a trip for me coming from Chicago. I've got an orange tree in my yard. It's great.
my ex father-in-law used to have these lemon trees in his backyard. They just
Oh, but
and
how do you?
every time he come up to Vegas, it's like 50 pounds of lemons.
So
and I'm
you
like,
get an extra.
how much limoncello can I
action?
possibly make?
Well, that's
I
what I
have
was
two
telling her.
cubes
Next
and
year,
I
if I
have
get
two
this
cubes.
many,
I understand that, but if
work
you
with
use
my friend
both your guys,
Crispy,
how do you get an extra action?
because he wants to do
Just give me another
meads.
one. I spent
We'll try to do an orange
You
mead.
Oh, okay.
Perform an action.
You can always
But
do
if they've already been-
preserves or something too.
Something, but that's the
Fine,
problem.
they
I
just
have so
don't
many,
move. Right.
they don't last long enough to eat them.
Just use
Well,
another
that's why you got.
Oh, whoa,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So I'm thinking I'm going to move him here
Okay, and do
and do
the.
the range.
Okay.
That's good. Or here.
Yeah, maybe there. Do the range. Because if I do it on this guy right now, I lose my movement, so he doesn't get to go anywhere.
Yeah.
I think I should probably do it on him.
Go for it.
Because that guy can hit the airport. Yes, screw it. We'll do this guy. Put the 3 on the range, please. Let's figure out where Shelby is.
Oh, so you're not moving?
Nope, not moving.
Wanna do it
Okay.
from there.
Yep.
From here, you've got a whole bunch of 2s that, if it's a 2, that is going to leave us.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
That's why I was saying, like, here is a lot less numbers, because the numbers will go sequentially from the top down.
There, I'll do it there.
Give us 2 numbers, please.
Just gotta do math now.
Yeah, give me a second. Okay. Let's say 3 or 8.
So,
Did you count all the way down to that one? You did,
not?
didn't you?
So it can't be a
And here's
1.
these if you
You
need
still have
to.
so many cities
1,
that I could be
2,
in. So.
can't be there. 1, 2, can't be there.
alright.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it can't be this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't be that one.
Actually narrowed it down pretty decent.
4,
Yeah, down to only 2 locations.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it can't be 8. So it can't be either of these. It's gotta be that city.
Really? Unless you did it wrong.
4, 5,
Are you
6, 7.
disagreeing with us?
Yeah, I am disagreeing with you.
Because it has to be the shortest distance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Well, I just revealed where I am. Yeah.
Are you down there in A17, Shelby?
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta come get me.
Yeah, that might happen.
Is there an airport? No, that airport's blocked off.
Well, it can be unblocked.
So then I can move 1, 2.
Do you have another movement card?
It's worth 2, right? So that's 3, 4. So let's do that. I'll move 2. Give me 2 more mic to get here. Click my A.
Well, you get bonus move to capture
Yeah.
Patron.
Yeah, and then
And
we'll
then
put a
use the
2
2.
over there.
And
then-
you need my 2 on top of it.
No, you can't do the 2. Your bonus move has to be a 1.
No. He's giving me 2 movement, and then I'm doing
Oh,
2
okay.
more.
Bonus
after
move for capturing
that.
Patron.
I'm capturing you.
Technically, you don't need to. You can
So
do
you
it
guys
from
win.
No, I'm getting in the city and grabbing her.
Yeah.
I was expecting it to go
Yay.
longer.
So,
I can if
see
we
what
keep
she was
debating
doing.
everything.
yeah.
So
Did
yeah.
you count here, Shelby?
See, you see why you do the distance at the
Yeah.
end of the
Yeah.
spectrum.
Yeah, no, I understand
Sorry, I
that.
did.
And I was trying to get that through people's heads. Like, don't do it from the middle of the
Or I
board.
was
Just
also
bam.
doing, like, if I went down through the...
Okay,
Oh, I
it's
don't
the
get to
shortest-
assassinate
it's the
anybody
shortest
this turn.
distance.
I didn't...
I don't think it's a good idea for the Patron to be at the edge of the
Oh,
board.
I actually get to steal this one from me too.
She did it
actually.
twice, and we
Leave that
found her
one there.
twice.
All right. Anyway, all right, guys. That's how you play Narcos. So we're gonna stop for a minute and just give you a quick review in a second. All right, everyone. Hey, welcome back. So, we just got finished playing Narcos by CMoN. And if you want to know our names, go watch the first play. But real quick, John, Shelby, Josh, Mike, Ivan. I don't know why I went in that order, but whatever. So,
Like a star.
So this is the part where we just give a quick kind of review and our thoughts on the game in general. Who wants to start?
I guess I'll start.
Okay.
Whatever.
So what do you think?
I liked it. I don't like the theme per se. It's not my forte, dealing with cartels and drug smuggling and
Yeah, there's definitely some
but,
adult considerations as far as like what you're doing in this
I think
game.
there was actually a note in here, or maybe I saw it on Board Game Geek, that it was an adult, 18 and older game.
Yeah, it's
because- yeah.
based on a TV series that's all about drug trafficking and blah blah blah. So
Yeah, I mean, I liked it, but I agree with other people who said that, like the Treasure Island game was a little more fun based on the theme and stuff.
So-
Which is the same-
we
Yeah.
we recently played, for those people that haven't seen it, Treasure Island by Renegade, was it? No, by Madagascar, which is Asmodee in North America. But anyways, long story short, it was similar, right? It was
Yeah.
like you were trying to find Long John Silver and where he was hiding. So I when I heard Hidden Movement, I immediately drew a parallel to that. Went, oh, I wonder if it's going to be like close to that.
Yeah. I had the same thing. I was the one that brought the Treasure Island earlier. It's the same thing, but I enjoyed Treasure Island more than I did this one. This one was a little more in depth because it was.
Is it theme
one of
or is
us
it
takes a turn, and then
mechanics
she
that
takes
did
a
it for
turn.
you?
Probably mechanics.
Okay.
This was one of us took a turn, she took a turn, one of us took a turn, she took a turn, went back and forth. Treasure Island was Long John took a turn, and then the rest of us took a turn, and then went back to Long John.
And you like that better?
I liked the mechanic of us back and forth, kind of going a little bit more on this game, but I enjoyed Treasure Island overall better or more than this game.
See, I liked, and maybe it's because I was playing Long John Silver, so I didn't feel like I was doing much, but I
this
did like the
should be doing
mechanics of
more.
this one more, to be honest with you. Like, just the way it was. The theme, however, no. It doesn't grab me as much as, like,
I like the
Pirates and
Pirates better
ARG,
than
and
Yeah.
drawing with the compass and all that good
That's
stuff.
what I really like
Yeah,
about
drawing on the board, that was a little fun.
Yeah, so. Mike?
It's pretty simple. This game is subject to analysis paralysis, so it makes it a negative for me on all facets.
Okay,
Yeah.
we know what Mike
Yeah, we
likes.
could tell. We could tell in the play.
I just
Yeah.
cannot stand people that have to take, or games that make people take 20 minutes to solve one move.
Yeah. I mean, the rulebook suggests
Automatically out.
Yeah. Now, the rulebook did suggest
A
that
5-minute timer.
you should put a 5-minute timer on. And I'm going to, if you play with people that like to kind of like, but, yes, I agree. A 5-minute thing would be a good
I tried
idea.
to make my turns move as quickly as possible.
But you were fine. You weren't.
Pick,
Yeah.
You are
we're
you.
doing-
Your analysis is you necessarily, and you can probably start figuring out ahead of time.
Yeah.
We're kind of trying to diplomatically go, who wants to go and what do they want to do, right?
It
Also,
might
we don't
work
wanna
out better
give
if
you
everybody
our
knows
plan ahead of time too.
what's going on. But even Arkham Horror LCG, which is a great card game, can be subject to analysis paralysis, but only usually if the players don't know how to play the game.
Yeah, but that's
Once
like,
you know how to play that game, you automatically get into a rhythm of discussion of what you want to do. You do it.
Yeah,
This,
I don't
I
feel like there's on Arkham Horror. If there's any analysis, but usually it's you yourself trying to figure out what you want to do with your hand. There's less discussion of like what should I do, kind of compared to this. So in that, I agree with you. So, Ivan, what do you think?
I again with the comparing it to Treasure Island, I much preferred Treasure Island. It was more fun to mark the map. It seemed like it was more difficult to find because you had the free range of marking the map, and we weren't sharing information. So it seemed a little bit harder, but more fun harder.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with the harder. I had better understanding of the distance and stuff like that with this one. It was a little more kind of like rigid, so maybe that's why I like the mechanics of this one. But the theme, by all means, it just doesn't grab me. And I'm a big Godfather kind of guy, but when it comes to drugs, that's dirty stuff. You know what I mean? So, because extortion and homicide and all that good stuff works.
Final thoughts is give it
So-
a try.
so-
but
So we'll go around.
Yeah.
So
All right, so we decided to kind of use this mechanism instead of doing the up and down. Is we're basically going to ask two questions, which is if it's a no to the first one, then literally we don't need the second question. But the question would be, Ivan, would you play it again?
no.
Okay, so we're not going to ask the second question. Is would you add it to your library? Because that's
would I play it again? Yes. Would I add it to my library? Probably not.
okay.
I'm a no and a no.
No and a no. And I am a yes and a no. I would play it again, I think. And this is partially like we're taking this on extreme. We're stranded on a desert island. Board games keep washing ashore. And even in that case, I think I would...
Everything's better than this.
That's pretty harsh. I don't know if I push it that far.
There's
for
no
me.
way I'm playing another analysis paralysis version of this game.
I understand what his trigger point is. So maybe for Mike, we just need to put a timer with these games. So anyway.
That was 3 hours.
It was? Okay. Anyway, you guys have our view on it. If you like this type of the theme and everything like that. If not, maybe... But if you like the theme of the game, like...
Because she wasn't even done yet.
Not the theme of the game, but if you like the mechanics of hidden movement and all that good stuff, this or Treasure Island, I think both of them are good. It's just a matter of what you like for theme. And themes, for me, was Treasure Island. So, all right, guys. Thanks for watching.
I mean, we didn't even finish the second of